Hello, everyone. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. Hello, Trish Crave. Hello, Rancher Lex. Nico, Closeted Connor. Hello, Marble Sky. Clefable, thank you for the 39-month resub. Hello, Shrub Crossing. Toadly. Baby Tortuga. Hello, hello. Pixie Sylveon. Jargon. Nico. Alan, Marble Sky, Topher, Rancher Lex. Hi, Divas. Hello, hello, hello. Good evening. I am back. Was not going to stream today, but some changes are coming to my Twitch channel. Hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully the assets are done for tomorrow. And Dallas was like, you should spend one last day with your current layout. All your, your current Twitch stuff, because you probably won't use them for a long time, maybe ever again. And I was like, oh, that's so true. So here I am. We're going to stream a little bit. And we're going to say goodbye to my current stream assets and my layout and theme. I've had this same layout since Animal Crossing New Horizons came out in 2020. I've had this layout for over 5 years now. And it just... time fucking flies. And it's a great layout. Mel killed it the first time, and I'm like so tempted to give you guys a sneak peek for tomorrow, but I kind of want the gag. I think like as antsy as I am for you all to like see the preview that Mel sent me, I want like to be able to show it off all at once together. So we're just gonna wait. I think we're gonna keep it a surprise, but hopefully it'll be done tomorrow or sometime tonight. I don't know what Mel's plans are, but I'm like, oh my god, it's so sick. Like, you guys are gonna gag. It's so fierce. Mel is just so talented, and I am so lucky to know them for a variety of reasons. So yeah, we'll keep it a little surprise. But you guys are gonna gag. I'm so excited. I was really nervous because I liked it the entire way, but I'm like, oh, like, is it gonna like, are people gonna like wish the old one like we still had it, blah, blah, blah. And then they made like 2 more tweaks to it yesterday that was it. That was like the finishing polish that it needed to just really like set it apart. And I'm like, oh, it's just so graphically, mwah. I'm so excited. I showed my mods yesterday. I think you guys are gonna like it a lot. I'm very excited. It's been fulfilling me and fueling me creatively as well. I've had a lot of ideas for other things to like add to it myself over time, and yeah, very cool. Hello, Hunter. I hope your new job is going well. Hello, Nick. Mr. Puff, hello, hello. But yeah, so we're gonna have one more day with this layout that I currently have. Hopefully. I would love to have it tomorrow, but I'm not going to rush Mel. They have already gotten everything to me faster than I expected them to at all. I thought it was going to be like a month out, but they had like proof of concepts for me for after like 2 or 3 days. One of the dogs wants to come inside, so hi, Rudy. Hello. Minnie. Hello, Alex. Hello, hello. Okay. This one. So, last time we got Lapras. We got the shiny Lapras finally. It was pretty crazy to do that, to get that. I am kind of shocked that I did get it under 2,000. Like, that's kind of wild to me. Hi, Anne. I was talking about you today. Shocker. Because I think I'm going to play Balatro tomorrow. Finally. Dallas and I were talking about it in the car today. So, last time... I guess I'll switch to this screen real quick so you can see it. I got my shiny Lapras. Beautiful. Purple. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Now, what the hell? Hang on. What the fuck? Hang on. My games are off. There we go. Okay. I was like, I don't see enough stuff. Okay. But anyway, we got the Lapras. Very excited about it. So, before we go on to the next gym, before we go on to the next hunt, I want to fight the grass gym, the 4th gym, because then I can use fly, and I'm so tired of having to run everywhere. I don't have any more money for repels, and it's a pain in the ass, so I'm holding out. I'm holding out to hunt until I get fly. And I have the move. Now I just need the gym badge to be able to use it. So we're going to fight the gym today. I wish I could have my game audio from one of these games, but for some reason when I have 3 of these plugged in, it gets corrupted, so it's all fucked up sounding. So we're just going to listen to my own music today. Who cares? Pickled Lennon, thank you for that streak. Thank you, thank you. I remember this was one of the first areas they showed in the game when they first revealed X and Y. And the glasses on one of the trainers glitched and was left behind. They fixed it for the launch of the game, but I was like, oh my god, uh-oh. Jimmy, would you agree that New York is not just a tan that you'll never lose? I'm going through the Rolodex in my mind of what the fuck that is a lyric from. But it's not coming to me. Unfortunately, I didn't catch that one. Not very contissimo of me. Congrats on the shiny Lapras, which I did not know you got. Thank you. Yeah, I love it. I'm very excited about it. I'm very happy to finally have it. Fake Mary the Night fan. Oh my god. That's crazy because I love that song. Wow. Yeah, it did not come to me. Sad. I think I'm going to play Minecraft tomorrow because in a shocking turn of events, Trish wants to have a Minecraft era. And I'm going to teach her and Oscar how to play. So I need to refresh myself because I've played like thousands of hours of Minecraft. Like I've played a lot of Minecraft in my day. But I haven't played the last like 2 updates, so I just want to like refresh myself and also like remember a bunch of the recipes and stuff for crafting. Alright, I should not be leading with a fucking war turtle for this place. So we're gonna switch. The lies keep rolling. It's gonna be a variety day, and Balatro and Minecraft. Probably just Minecraft. Your Minecraft era with everyone was so funny. Thank you. I love Minecraft. the Trisha Minecraft edit you made was hilarious. Thank you very much. It blew up on TikTok. Both on her, she reposted it, like she uploaded it herself. The line of communication of her getting in touch with me for that was so crazy because she has my phone number. But she quote retweeted my tweet saying, "Send it to me." I'm like, girl, you just text me. So I texted it to her, and she put it on TikTok. I think her upload of it blew up. People didn't know that she was the one posting it, which is fucking funny as hell. But let me see what how her post did. It got over 500,000 views on her account, which is insane. And then the next day it started to blow up on my own account, and it has 60K right now. I need to get monetization on TikTok, because I have some stuff that's blown the fuck up over the years. And I'd love to get a couple, like $50 for it or something. But yeah, it took me a long time. I had wanted to do like a green screen cutout edit like that for a while, but I didn't know how to do it. I thought I needed After Effects, but I did not. But it was very fucking painstaking and annoying to do. I wish that, because Photoshop, maybe newer versions of Adobe Premiere have this, but Photoshop has the option to just like auto remove background. Like it probably uses like some kind of AI. But, like, that to me is AI that I'm cool with. Because it's like, this is a tool that makes my life easier. That is not... It's not destroying a creative industry. The fucking image mask community is not crying about not having to fucking painstakingly lasso tool something. So... I wish that Adobe Premiere had that option where it can, like, oh, this is a person. Let me... It'll smart create the mask around the person. I had to like painstakingly like adjust it for every frame, and it just kept fucking up. It took me like 2 hours, and it did not look how I wanted it to look, but I was like, this is still better than most people can make probably in the short amount of time that I had. So, and it was on a podcast night too. I was already editing Hot Topics. So, I was already on a time crunch, but I said, let me take 2 hours in the middle of editing this episode to put Trisha in Minecraft. Because I had the vision. Like, the minute she started talking about Minecraft, like, the whole visual popped into my brain of exactly what I wanted to do. I re-downloaded Minecraft to screen record eating chicken and then the hearts going up. Everything. And then I cropped that out. I had a whole plan. And it worked. Hold on. Return. Use return. I don't care. Razor Wind. No. But yeah, I'm glad that people really like that edit because it did take me a long time. Hello, Ivana. You did say, but thank you for the reminder because I may have forgotten. But now I will remember because now I've heard it twice. I'll do poison powder. Give her poison powder. Skylian, thank you for the 46-month resub, by the way. Thank you. My alerts will be remaining the same. Because they're still pretty new, and I love that drawing that Rich did of me. But my layout will be different, hopefully starting tomorrow. If Mel sends me everything tonight and I'm still streaming, there is a part of me that wants to just like build it together live on stream and then gag everybody who wasn't here today, but we'll see. I have a feeling it'll not be ready till like sometime tomorrow. Hi, Rudy. I do have to edit tonight too. I have Not Love Line Patreon to edit today. I have so many episodes. I literally have Not Love Line episodes stocked up until like June. It's fucking insane how much just secret footage I'm sitting on right now. Because Tana's going on tour in the UK or Europe, and then Trish is obviously on tour right now, so they had to like bulk film. I think they recorded in the course of like 2 days, because they record like an hour for YouTube, hour for Patreon, and on Patreon they answer like sex questions that can't be on YouTube or you'll get demonetized and every fucking word has to be bleeped. So they're essentially recording 2 podcasts for every like 1 episode, I guess. It's like 18 YouTube, 18 Patreon. And so they recorded, I think, over the course of like 3 days, like 18 episodes. 9 for YouTube, 9 for Patreon. I'm like, oh my god. So hardworking. I would die. I would actually die. But I think it's good that, because like they can't really run out of things to talk about because they're answering questions. So that's one of the beauties of that podcast. It's really smart. Because like, I can't even imagine, at this point in my life, I can't even imagine streaming more than like 3 days in a row and still finding things to talk about, So, the girls got the gift of gab, that's for sure. Oh, my thong is evolving. I'll be able to get Blossom now. I do not need Aquatail on my fucking Wartortle here. That move kind of sucks. Would you ever finish Paper Mario? I did! I finished both the original and Thousand Year Door. I'm pretty sure those playthroughs are up on YouTube too, on the archive channel. I forgot why we picked Thong. I remember. But who's going to stream Super Paper Mario? I don't know if I want to do that. I don't know. I don't know if it's... I hear that game's not that good. Comparatively, at least. I mean, it's better than fucking Sticker Star. You already have the knife in. Why are you twisting? What is the next hunt you have in mind? So I kind of want to go back and try again to get Esper, but I also really want Eevee. Because how can you not have a shiny Sylveon on an X and Y badge quest? Like, come on now. So I might do that. I might take a break. But the only thing is, like, I don't know if my team is strong enough to guaranteed be able to run away from Hawlucha every time I run into it, or Sigilif, which is fucking annoying. So annoying. Did I fight this guy already? No. So I might wait until like my Pokemon are in like level 40s to do that. Because I really do want Esper. And there's still some other good options on the route that Esper is on that I have not gotten yet. So we shall see. We shall see. Can you get Smoke Ball yet? I should look into that, actually. I probably can. I probably can. So is Switch 2 dodging the tariffs? I haven't looked at that at all. I am so confused as to what could possibly happen. Because, so, anything that is already in the US will not have tariffs applied to it. Which is why Apple has been flying in Boeing planes full of nothing but iPhones. They're shipping as many iPhones and other products of theirs into the country as they possibly can before like the tariffs go into place. And I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo is considering doing that too. The only thing is, if they announce they increase the price of the Switch 2, chances are you're going to be paying a price with tariffs applied to it to a unit that did not have to be tariffed, which would piss me the fuck off. If they have a Switch 2 in a storage unit for the last 2 months and they're going to slap a tariff onto it, even though that system didn't get a tariff applied to it because it was already here, I'll be pissed. I'll be pissed. So it's a really complicated situation for them right now. And yeah, it literally, the whole situation has been changing every day. It's fucking annoying. This whole situation is just like continue to give me even more and more disdain for this administration, like, than I already had. Because not only, like, now is it, like, just racist vitriol, you're also, like, fucking with people's, like, living and their way of life in terms of, like, how much the market is changing, inflation is on the rise. Like, it's literally like, wow, a second fucking plane has hit the struggle tower. Like, not only are you ruining your emotional life, you're also now ruining people's financial lives. And it's like, it's literally torture. Like, it's unbelievable. So, yeah, it's very frustrating and stressful. Maybe not literally torture, but, like, at least for me, not being able to get a Switch 2 at a good price is not torture. But for a lot of people, you know, the racism, the transphobia, I would not hesitate. I would not roll my eyes if they said they feel like they're being tortured by Trump. I really wouldn't. Like, they are totally valid to say that. But it's absolutely fucking nuts. It's bullshit. It's nuts. I saw some video today where, like, people are basically accusing them of, like, market manipulation, which I would not agree. I would not disagree with. I would not disagree with that at all. But I've been thinking about this the entire time. All these, like, MAGA Nintendo fans that I have had the displeasure of interacting with in my life on being a YouTuber and, like, who is gay, or a streamer, or, like, just on Twitter, like, the shocking amount of, like, people who like Pokémon, a series about teamwork and friendship and, like, differences being strengths, that are racist. It's crazy. It is so crazy. I'm like, what's not clicking? What's not fucking clicking? It's the same thing with Sonic fans. I'm like, half the Sonic characters are bisexual. And they're all furries. What is not clicking for you? That you are a homophobe. Like, it's so weird to me. So I'm really hoping that all these MAGA Nintendo fans get priced out of the Switch 2 and they can't afford it. And they experience some level of fucking hardship and displeasure for the first time in their lives. Cause it's crazy to me that, like, you did this to yourself in the truest sense of the word. Girl, I learned there are conservatives that think the Hunger Games is about them. Anything is possible. Yes. Yes, they do. That's a big... It is crazy. That happens so much. I can't think of anything. There was a recent example the other day that I was thinking... Honestly, it's not recent. It's not the example I was going with. But, like, the Colbert Report, Stephen Colbert's show, where he played this, like, satirical Republican talk show host. They didn't think that he was making fun of them. They were like, finally, someone telling it like it is. They were so oblivious to the fact that he's satirizing them. It's crazy. It's very yeah, Star Wars, they'll often, like, have, like, the Rebel Alliance symbol. The Punisher logo, a cop killing vigilante. Like, the amount of, like, Blue Lives Matter stickers that I have seen, like, worked into the Punisher logo from Marvel Comics when I lived in Florida, astronomical. Like, they don't get it. The media literacy is the bar's in hell. Like, it's crazy. Yes, that was kind of the reason why I don't fuck with South Park, is because Like South Park, at least for a long time, they really loved like playing center and like playing the middle and being like, oh my god, isn't it so embarrassing to be conservative or super liberal? Like, isn't it embarrassing to like care that much either way? Like the true meaning, the true solution is in the center. Like they play the middle too much, and it's caused a lot of guys to like kind of grow up and like not see that Cartman, for example, is like a horrible person that you shouldn't identify with. It's like the guys that watch Breaking Bad and are like, my favorite character is Walter White and fuck Skyler. If that was your takeaway, anytime after like maybe the first season of Breaking Bad where like she is making his cancer diagnosis more about her, that's the only time that I can really be like, yeah, I get that. After that, what the fuck kind of show did you watch? Like, what did you take from this show? But yeah, there are a lot of conservatives that are like, the Hunger Games is about us. I'm trying to think of other ones that Wicked was one for sure. Go in 96. Thank you for the 57-month resub. Thank you, thank you. Oh, it's literally like they reference like, oh my god, it's 1984 when they're the ones fucking banning books. They're the ones like, they love to be like, censorship, but oh, my censorship, you can't handle, you want to silence me, you can't handle what I'm gonna say. But like a book in a children's school library makes reference of periods and it gets banned. Like, it's so like it, and it's you can't reason with this type of mindset. You can't, because they don't care. They don't care. The fell for it again. They don't care. They are not even at a level of like this reality that they even can ever comprehend that they are a pawn in this machine. If you react, it's just funny to them. Exactly. That's all it is. If you react in any way, if you entertain it with a response in any way, they take it as they won and they've owned the lib. Like, it's an unwinnable situation. It's why I really like, especially in Elon's Twitter, like, I highly encourage anyone to like really just not interact with bigotry and like, don't quote retweet, dunk on it. Try not to do that. Don't spend hours arguing with someone, because the high likelihood that you're arguing with a bot or like a paid disinformation agent from a foreign entity is crazy. This didn't really get a lot of pickup, but like during the 2016 election, a bunch of people came out allegedly to a couple news sources saying that like, yes, I'm a Russian and I'm paid to pretend to be an American voter who loves Trump on Twitter. Not even by Trump, like by from foreign countries. And it, like, that's shit that like happens. Like you most of the people you're probably talking to, like those fucking blue checkmark accounts where it's like a boomer. There's like some that I've seen so many that like, it's like a boomer woman who's like blonde. She has 150,000 followers, but is also following 100,000 people. Has American flags in her fucking bio, and it's just like rage bait. I'm like, this. I just don't believe Facebook, maybe. I don't believe that anyone over the age of 55 is on Twitter. I just don't. So I don't believe that shit when I see those kinds of accounts. It's a grifter account. That's engagement farming. And what a gig, I know. It's crazy. It's fucking crazy. Anyway, to make a long motherfucking story short, The Hunger Games is not about you. My Volbeat is kind of crushing this gym. Every gimmick account selling their accounts too. Yeah. I wonder how long Poo Crave will last in this world. Or if they'll fold and sell it to somebody. When do you think we'll be able to pre-order the Switch 2? I think we will probably hear what their plan is before the Mario Kart Direct. On April, what, 17th? 15th? What is it? I think we will hear soon because they're gonna have to decide. We're getting close to like a month and a half out. Like, they need to like have a plan in order. I think also, it's so crazy to me. I saw a tweet that was like, they're pissing off Nintendo fans now. They do not know the horror storm that they just brought upon themselves with these tariffs and stuff. Which, it's really embarrassing that for a lot of people, the Switch 2 going up in price is going to be what radicalizes them. But at this point, I'll take whatever I can fucking get to like de-red pill some of these fucking people, especially like the young Gen Z. It's crazy. Like, it's literally that thing from Community. I've never seen the show, but it's like, you can excuse racism? Like, because it's like some girl being like, I can look past the racism. You can look past the race? Like, what? It's literally, that's what it is. It's like, it took the Switch being out of budget for you to like radicalize you about how we are we are running at a fast pace towards fascism. That's crazy. But okay. Cool. But yeah, I think what their plan is going to be, I think the Switch 2 in America, which, you want to know what's crazy? It is now delayed. Pre-orders are now delayed in Canada as well. Which, now, we're, like, Nintendo's going to start pissing off other user bases. Because for now, yes, it is their biggest install base is North America. But, you know, they still have Japan, Europe, the rest of the world that won't have to worry about this tariff situation. So now they have to be like, well, now we're gonna potentially make it every other customer base's problem, and even more people are gonna be mad at us. Canada, literally, they had to have their pre-orders delayed for Switch 2 as well. I want to say it's because maybe they like travel through the US up there. That's what Kit and Krista said, former Nintendo employees. Yeah, that's probably the reasoning why, but it still really sucks. It's like, wow, they literally did nothing and they're getting fucked over by this. But yeah, it's a crazy situation. But yeah, what I think is gonna happen is I do think that Switch 2 will go up in price, which is so, like, it's so crazy. Because after weeks now, like a week, and by the time they announce it, probably 2 weeks of nonstop discourse about how you are kind of overcharging for this system. Not even just the system, but the games too. Like, you're overcharging for software, which is crazy. Like, it's crazy. But so not only do they have the discourse about that now, like, they're gonna respond to that by now having to up the price. Like, that's crazy. And if they really want to put the entirety of the tariffs on the Switch 2 to the consumer, it's literally gonna make it like $700 probably. Like, it's gonna be insane, the jump in price. And I just think it's unsellable at that point if they try that. There's just no fucking way they can do that and get away with it and people not be livid about it. So I think what they're probably going to have to do is, and I was listening to Kit and Krista talk about this. For those who don't know who they were the former hosts of Nintendo Minute, that Nintendo YouTube channel show that they did. They're great people. They worked at Nintendo for over 10 years, at least, I believe, through both the Wii U and the Switch eras, 3DS. They have a lot of insight onto the company, and they were saying that Nintendo doesn't have any debt, and they have like millions or billions of dollars in the bank in cash. So they could operate by selling the Switch 2 at like a huge loss by just eating the tariffs until they potentially get overturned, because I don't see them lasting very long, because I think this shit is only going to continue to just blow up in their face, like the Trump administration, like this situation. I don't think it's going to last much longer, but the damage will kind of stick around for a while. Because like I think they already paused like pretty much every country besides China now, right, or something. Hello, Hannah. Welcome in. Thank you so much for stopping by. We're talking about Nintendo's Switch dilemma with tariffs. So I think the most ideal option for them is to still sell the Switch 2 at $450. Like, not adjust the price for tariffs. Ideally, I would love if it was like lowered, but with tariffs it's just not going to happen. So I think that they're going to stick with the price of $450. And I think the ideal would be for the consumer, right? The ideal situation for us as the buyers is for them to eat the cost of the tariffs and be like, you know what? It'd be better for us to get these units out there, because if people have the system, yes, it's going to suck to like lose all that money. We will make that money back with like consumer positivity and software sales, especially digitally, right? And that's how a lot of game studios operate. Pretty sure that's how Sony operates with the PlayStations. I would not be shocked if that's how Nintendo has operated in the past, with like the Wii U and the 3DS, which is probably why the Wii U was just so bad, because they were probably selling it at a loss and then couldn't even recoup those earnings. So I think that might be their ideal situation there, is to just get the system out there. Yes, they're going to have to eat those tariff costs, but like they have the money to do it. Especially if it's only for a potential few months, right? Because then you have the situation of the tariffs go away and all their early adopters get punished by having to spend hundreds of dollars extra and then get nothing fucking for it, right? And then you have a situation like the 3DS, where they sold the 3DS for like what, $250, and then 6 months later dropped the price to $170, and they had to like give out a bunch of free fucking ROMs for GBA games, which like, don't know if I think that was like necessarily the best bang for your buck to get NES games and GBA games for free, but okay. Or maybe it was Game Boy Color, I don't remember. But it happened, right? They could also come out with a Switch 2 OLED. Yeah, exactly. Like, there's still so many other options for them to, like, get that money that I think, like, if maybe they have a little bit of humility, instead of, like, trying to just squeeze every dollar out of their fans' pockets because they kind of know they can, maybe, like, have a more, like, consumer-friendly brain for just a little bit to get the shit on the shelves, right? So there's that route. Then they could do like, hey, we have to up the price from the tariffs, but we're gonna eat the cost. So like it could be $500, which would still be crazy. $550. Significant price jump, but like not the full offset from the tariffs. And then like Nintendo is like not eating as much of the cost. Like, it does go up in price, but it's not the full extent of the tariff. Um, Not my favorite situation. Any situation where the Switch 2 costs me more money, I'm not a fan of because it's already gonna be insane. But that's like plan B that like I wouldn't like. I honestly, Dallas and I both like were like, if it does end up being expensive, I think we either won't get it at launch because it's just like we can't. Dallas just bought a new PC. I helped him pay for it because that's what a relationship is. Like, you know, I wanted to help him. He told me no, and I said, you need this computer. And I'm glad we got it when we did, because even the video cards, like, the video card that I have is like from like a year ago now, maybe like a couple months ago. I have a NVIDIA 4070 for those who are curious. And I paid $500 for my video card back in December. That same video card is now going for $1,700 on Amazon. So we were like, we need to get you this new computer that you've needed for streaming, because his old computer, it can't play any games and it can barely run OBS anymore. Like, he needs a new computer. It will help him like stream, be more creative, like video edit. Like, he just needs it. So we were like, we need to get it now before the prices get fucking crazy. So we got it on Tuesday, and we got a video card, and it was $100 more than what I paid. So like, it wasn't too big of a spike, but it was crazy still. But still, it's you know, we just put in a huge investment to get him a new computer. Like, and you know, we're traveling this year, traveling home for like birthdays and family reunions and stuff. So we're like, I don't know if it's already like pushing it with the price that it is. Thankfully, we can write those things off, and like, we stream with it, so like, it's important to our job. Like, people will want to watch us play the new games. Like, it'll bring in new viewers. Like, it's a whole thing. But I was like, we might, if we do really, really want to get it, it might be a thing where we get one instead of we each buy one, because we've saved. I've saved for like 2 years now for a Switch 2, whatever it is. Thought it would be $300, not $450, but you know, I was like, okay, I'll buy the Switch 2 and I'll have like a couple bucks aside for a bunch of launch games to try out. Now I'm like, okay, I'm getting Switch 2 and Mario Kart, and that's it. But I think what the plan is going to be, if they do raise the price, is we just split the cost for one, and then we just, you know, on days that I edit the podcast and I'm not going to be streaming, he streams it, and then vice versa. I stream it on my off days, which like sucks, because like, we'd want to play games together and like play Mario Kart individually. We're gonna be excited, but I just think that's probably the smarter choice if the price goes up significantly, because otherwise it's just kind of crazy, you know. If it's 700, I straight up will not be able to buy one. Yeah, and I think that's the thing too. Like, I really have to wonder how many of like Kit and Krista, I keep referencing them, but they were talking about how when they worked at Nintendo, they had people like Reggie Fils-Aimé, and Satoru Iwata, who were very like consumer focused. Like, they were like Reggie, I guess in his book, which I would really like to read actually, talked about how he was the one that pushed Wii Sports to be a pack-in title in the United States. In Japan, it was sold separately, but he was like, we need to give people something that shows why this system is innovative and cool. We need to give this away for free, because if it will encourage people to buy the system because they want to play Wii Sports, so they will get it with it, and then they will have the system and become fans of our product, and then buy Mario Kart, Mario Party, Zelda, you know, all sorts of whatever they put on the system. And they were speculating, they were like, there really clearly is not that type of person at Nintendo in this era. case in point, they're selling that like Switch 2 tech demo game for $10 when it's literally like just clicking through menus of text to read about the product you bought. Like, you know, so it seems pretty clear that, like, especially now, Nintendo, like, they finally addressed like the price of Mario Kart and like how kind of crazy it is, and they were like, we're implementing something new called variable pricing, and I'm like, okay, what is this, like Uber on a Friday night? Like, what the fuck do you mean variable pricing? Like, does that mean there are games that are gonna cost more just because you decide, like, yeah, this is worth more? Like, that's it's like really like bad take after bad take from them PR wise in a time where it's never been this expensive to live. Like, it's just crazy. And like, video games are a luxury. They're an expensive hobby. That is what where your money comes from people being able to afford those luxury items. Like, I don't think they get it. They don't get it that, like, if you do not price accordingly, you are the first thing that gets chopped off the list of things to buy for the year. Especially at launch. Like, you want your launch to be good because it sets the precedent for like the year. If they have a bad launch, it doesn't sell a lot of units, that kind of taints the image of the IP and the product as, like, it's kind of a dud. It's not worth it. Clearly people didn't show up for it. Maybe I don't get it. Maybe I just skip it. I already have a bunch of games for my Switch 1. Like, I don't need it right away. Like, they want like an install base to like be that. If you have people buying your system and then telling people how good it is, that is free marketing. Word of mouth is an incredibly powerful way of getting your product around, you know? So it's a tough situation, and I really would like to hope, as much as like corporations are not your friend, you know, Nintendo games are very important to me. They are a huge passion of mine to play them, and I have a lot of, I'm a fan of the people that make the games, the CEOs that are in charge of selling them and stuff. Not gonna say I'm a fan of them, but it sucks to think that they had like a sort of like arrogance that like, we can sell this for $450 and they're gonna be so excited about it because it's Nintendo and we can do that. And it kind of feels like that was their plan, and that sort of like hubris from a corporate entity to then get like bombarded and compounded with the tariffs as well is pretty interesting to watch unfold. Was TikTok around for Switch launch? It was probably Musical.ly at that time. Hello, Lauren. Welcome in. I'm pretty sure it was Musical.ly, but I believe so. My mindset is like, okay, so little Michaela, that was her name, right? I graduate with honors. Like, she was the Musical.ly queen, right? No, Lil Michaela is the AI influencer. Before AI. Who was the Musical.ly girl? Baby Ariel. Baby Ariel. That was the Musical.ly girl. But yeah, I'm pretty sure she was like 2015, 2016. So. It's unfortunate timing. I think that people, like, regardless of the tariffs, I think people would have been pissed about the Switch 2 pricing and the games being $80, like Mario Kart being $80 regardless. And I feel like it's pretty inexcusable, like, in my opinion, to, like, the console cost, I'm not really, like, privy on how much all the parts that make up the whole cost. But I just can't imagine, like, okay, maybe it does. Maybe in order for you to make the biggest profit possible, you do charge $4.50. I think you should be realistic about what people are willing to pay and operate at a loss, because if you are also going to have games as a revenue stream. It's not like they are selling... It's not like Nintendo doesn't make games themselves, right? You know? So it feels like they didn't have the sort of, like, foresight to realize, like, we're being greedy in this situation. But, like, the games now being $80 for, like, Mario Kart is just crazy. And, like, yes, that is a game that I'm probably going to play, like, at least once a month for the next fucking 7 years. Yes, and, like, there is value in that $80. Like, my money will go far. But it doesn't fucking feel good. And it only just makes my, like, standards for the product higher. Which make it harder for them to meet them. Like, it doesn't make me feel good about buying this game, no matter how fun it's gonna be. I feel guilty buying it, and that's not something they want. They should be very worried about people feeling that way about their luxury good products. To be honest, I think $80 is actually a reasonable price for it. But it's also just a difficult jump mentally for customers. I do understand that, like, with inflation, like, games being $60 still is kind of crazy, because it's, like, one of the only forms of media that has not adjusted for inflation over time. But I feel like it's just, like, a necessary price to maintain in order for it to be, like, a sustainable hobby for people, especially if you are the type of company that never discounts your games, barring, like, a handful of, like, player's choice options, like in the GameCube era, like that type of shit. But, like, Breath of the Wild on the Switch 1 is still $60 fucking dollars, and it's been 7.5 years. It's not even going to be the best version of the game to play anymore. And it's probably still going to be $60. It's almost never that Nintendo, again, Kit and Krista, they talked about how they wanted to do, like, giveaways on Twitter to promote games. They were like, can we just have, like, 5 codes for fucking Donkey Kong Country Returns for the Wii U or some shit like that to give away on Twitter? Do you have that measuring tape? Yes. Right here. And Nintendo corporate was like, no, we're not giving away our product for free. Our games have value, and you need to respect the value. Like, okay, cult. Like, it's fucking Mario. Like, that's crazy to say. But they're very, like, we do not discount our games, because then that means that they are not the value that they deserve. It's a very strange way of, like, looking at a product at the end of the day. So the fact that, like, it's like they're expecting you to pay $80 forever for this game, no matter how fucking old and dated it gets. The fact that they even have something like Nintendo Switch Online with, like, the games, the emulators for old games being packaged into your subscription is crazy. And it's something that, like, they probably should have been doing in, like, the Wii era, to be honest, or Wii U. But, you know, here we are in 2025, and we're finally getting GameCube games like that. Come on in. Because they probably... I think in their ideal world, they would have charged like $40 to $50 for digital GameCube games. I think that they held out as long as they did because they were really genuinely torn about whether they should do that or not. Because I'm sure they fucking wanted to. And they probably could get away with it for a select few games, unfortunately. Physical and digital being the same has always been odd to me. So I think years ago, I remember hearing the reason why physical and digital games are often the same price is an agreement with the like retail stores, because if Nintendo was like if they were like incentivizing buying the games digitally in order for them to be cheaper, I think it would really piss off their relationship with stores like Target or GameStop, all these like in real life retailers, from carrying their products. Like, I think that they would be like, oh, you're gonna try to fuck us over by like making us have the shittier deal? Okay, then we just won't carry your games. Which there's a lot of people that just, they don't, you know, parents buying games for their kids. Maybe now that there's like more millennial parents that are like more tech savvy, that'll start to change. But like Gen X and up, they don't fucking know what the eShop is. They go to Target and ask for, what's the Mario that came out? My kid wants it. So that is a huge revenue source for them, is like low tech, lo-fi consumers. So the like risk of like those consumers like not carrying their products anymore is a big deterrent for them for like to like discount. And like doing occasional sales where it's like, oh, it's a spring sale, 10% off on select games on the eShop. Like running a sale is different from like completely like the MSRP at retail is completely different from digital, because that it creates like a preference that like, why would you go to Target and buy Mario Kart World for $80 when on the eShop you can download it for $65? I'm also curious. I think something would be very interesting is if they only allow pre-orders for the Switch 2 via the My Nintendo store, which is like a new thing. I hope everybody, even though they delayed the pre-orders, I hope you, if you're planning on getting a Switch 2, you signed up for that if you were eligible, because you get like a special link that you get like, it's like a way to combat scalping. It's a way to like, because it's your pre-order eligibility is like tied to your Nintendo account, so like you have to have played at least like 50 hours of a game within a year in order to like pre-order the Switch 2, which is actually like a really great idea to combat scalping. Like, I'm pretty confident in my ability to secure one via the My Nintendo store if I get a link. Thankfully. But we'll see what happens. I was not prepared for this gym. Clearly. Hi, Danny. But yeah, I think you know, if they are selling through the My Nintendo store, they don't have to like split the revenue with the stores like Target and Walmart selling their system. So I could see them only launching the Switch 2 via My Nintendo store for a while, just so that way they're getting a bigger cut of the sales back from that, because they're not, you know, they're not splitting the profit with a retailer who's selling their game. They're just selling it directly from their own warehouses, you know? So I could see that. You want to leave, Booba? I'm probably going to lose to this guy on most of my games here. Hmm. Let's see. We could do Shadow Sneak. Flying Press. Hell yeah. Okay. Lapras. Girly. Ice Beam, please. Oh my god, I didn't even get to show you guys. I don't know if you saw my tweet. Look at my new DS Lite. Isn't it fucking crazy looking? It looks more highlighter yellow than like brat green on my camera. So this is an official DS Lite that was released probably like 2009. And it was part of this like package deal. It was a personal trainer cooking game. I would love to find the case that it came with. But I remember seeing this in like a Toys R Us catalog back in the day and like trying to convince my aunt to get it because I really wanted her to get into video games. And I was like, oh my god, it would be so great. You can like use it for cooking. And she did not buy it. And I kind of was hoping that like she would buy it and then not want it, and I would be like, "Can I have it?" I was like kind of low-key trying to manipulate her, a little psychopath. But isn't this fierce? And I've always wanted it. And Oscar from Just Trish, I was texting him because we were talking about the Switch too, and he was like, "I'm probably not gonna get it at launch. I'm kind of in my collecting DS systems era." And he's like, yeah, I've like got some Animal Crossing and Pokemon ones. And I was like, oh, there's this one that I've always wanted. He's like, I didn't know that one existed. And I guess maybe one of us, I don't remember who, went to eBay and saw that they were like under $100. And I was just like, maybe I cop that. Maybe I buy it. So I did. It's very pretty. And I have an R4, and I loaded up the 360 music video by Charlie XCX, and I played it on my system. I need another light. Which eBay seller did you use? Oh god, I don't even know. Quite honestly. I really don't know. But hello, Koi Sticks. But there's a bunch of other DSs that I would love to get someday. I'm probably not interested in... Like, I was looking at the prices, and a lot of them are crazy. There's this Game Boy Advance SP for SpongeBob that I remember one of my friends had as a kid, and I was so jealous. Toys R Us exclusive. That old-ass Toys R Us logo. Ugh, nostalgia. This is such a sick Game Boy Advance. I would love this someday. Goes for like $300 on eBay. Probably not going to happen for me for a long time. Next is this glossy orange DS Lite. This goes for like $120. I'm kind of thinking that this would be something that, for me, I'm like, okay, most like systems, I'm probably not going to try to collect until I ever visit Japan because it's just so much cheaper to go to like a used game store in Japan and buy a system or any sort of retro game. Old Pokemon games in Japan go for like 1,000 yen. Sometimes. When in the US, like Leaf Green will cost you $80, and it's almost likely going to be a counterfeit copy. So, I would love to go to Japan someday, and I would love to like be on the hunt for like this orange DSi or the orange GameCube. I do have the orange GameCube controller. I did buy that at a convention a couple years ago. It cost me like $60. But yeah, I'd love to get the orange GameCube while I'm over there if I'm ever visiting. There's this old Pokemon Game Boy Color. I love this is like the Pokemon Center artwork that they used to do. They used that same art style for like the Dream World in black and white era. And I just love it so much. It's so nostalgic to me. And I would love this Game Boy Color. It's so cute with the starters on it. But this goes literally like $700. Like, no fucking way can I afford that. So, those are like, someday if I ever win the lottery, I won't tell anyone, but there will be signs. I need that 2DS, 3DS that has Pikachu's face. I have that 3DS with the cameras that look like nipples. I have that. Antonio, thank you for the 2-year resub. Thank you so much. Oh, God. We gotta beat it. Oh, okay. Go-Go is dead, at least. Oh, my God. I have no healing items on this Lapras, and the only Pokemon left is a fucking Psyduck, so... Ah, fucking Hyper Potion. Are you serious? This is a Nuzlocke, right? No, it is not. Thank God. I'd be fucked. Okay, what we're gonna do... The Torchic GBA SP? What? There are actually so many great GBA SPs that I've always wanted. Holy fuck, what? I think it's literally just orange. But, like, the box. Does it have anything on the top? Oh my god, it has a very faint image of Torchic on the top. I am not the biggest fan of the color orange for, like, clothes. But orange tech, for some reason, I love. My new layout is going to look so good in orange. It can be any color, but, like, I'm excited the most about seeing it in orange for some reason. It's being made in blue. Just because it's a great color to base around, but I'm very excited. But wow, my first phone actually was orange. It was a LG Envy in orange. I think that's probably why I have such a nostalgia for orange tech. But yeah, I would love that orange DSi that I showed. I have an orange DS Lite stylus. This DS, the only thing it didn't come with was a stylus. So I had to buy like a bulk pack of replaceable styluses on Amazon. And they actually had the exact shade of lime green. So I wonder if they just like made like a version for every color of the DS, like a third-party version. All right, let's Thunder Wave this fucking thing, maybe. Bulldoze. How does this fucking goat know everything possible to ruin my fucking life? So annoying. Can we talk about limited editions for the Wii U? Did the Wii U even have any? I wanted the white Wii U just because it would match my Wii, but it had less storage on it than the black one, so obviously I got the black version. I have a blue, well, my sister has it, but in my family, we have a blue Nintendo Wii. They had it was on sale one year right before Christmas, and my sister and I were always having to share the Wii, and we were getting tired of it, and it was like $150, and it was like a huge deal at Toys R Us one year on like Black Friday or something. So we got my sister this blue Wii for Christmas, and it's so sick. It's such a cool special edition. It does not have GameCube. It does not have a GameCube option on it, which is why I let my sister have it, because I was like, I like the GameCube part, and she doesn't play GameCube games. Another fucking Hyper Potion. Are you fucking me? Are you fucking me? Okay. If I could just get an ice beam off on this thing, I think I'll win. Okay. Woo! Damn. Okay. So, 2 of the 3, I beat him. That's crazy that I beat him on this game with only 5 Pokemon. And not the middle game. That's wild. Well, now I gotta go all the way fucking back. This stupid old man. What would you hunt other than Esper? There's so many things I still want to hunt in this game. I would still love to get mine in. Eevee's on my list. Honedge would be sick, yeah. I'm surprised honestly I have not phased for it in the Esper area. I've gotten 2 Oddish and Kecleon. So if I'm not gonna get Esper again, I would really like to get Honedge. I do have the Tyrunt fossils on all 3 games, but I want to break from doing a soft reset hunt because I kind of hate doing them. Lapras, I am glad I got as quickly as I did because I could see myself taking a break from it like 8 more times. But yeah, I'll definitely do it because I do want shiny Tyrantrum on my team. But I'm not in a rush to do another soft reset hunt, that's for sure. Once I get Mewtwo, I'm not doing resets until I forget the pain. I would like to do Shiny Lock removal in this game for Pokemon like Mewtwo and Zygarde and Xerneas Yveltal. I think that'd be so fun. Why the fuck not, right? I'm not trying to transfer these up. I don't need them to be Pokemon Home legal. I don't care. I just called the dog to come to my window. He looked so happy. Aww. Did his husband walk him over? His husband? Okay, let's try this again. Do I have anything that would be useful here? Aerial Ace? That'd be sick. Get rid of fucking Fury Swipes. I don't live in that kind of neighborhood. Not that you know. It's Texas, bitch. They're in hiding. Don't be who you are. Hide your pride. All I've had today was a donut. I should make some food soon. I have been a Trader Joe's fiend lately. It is very good. I love their breaded chicken breasts or chicken tenders. I air fry them, chop them up, put them in a wrap with some ranch and lettuce. So good. I wonder how much Surf will do. I like getting their big chocolate wafer cookies and having half of it with tea. It's my British cosplay. That does sound good. As much as I do love the Sabrina Carpenter shaken espresso, brown sugar shaken espresso from Dunkin', I I really want to cut back on my. For a while, I was doing so good making my own coffee, and then they came out with this drink, and I just became obsessed with it. And it's like we get out, it gets us out of the house. We sit at the park with soda in the car, and we listen to a podcast. Like it kind of like is how we start our day. And I'm like, I would like to be doing that, but I make my own coffee or my own tea, and I bring it with me instead because it's just more cost effective. You should have picnics instead. It's cute. It has been really nice out lately, and I have just wanted to sit outside. I think I want to do that on the beach, though. I want to have a beach day soon. It's been in the like high 70s and 80s this week. And I'm just like, ugh, I just want to be by the beach. I don't even really need to go swimming. Although I did get a new bathing suit because I don't like any of the bathing suits I've had for a few years now. And I wanted something cute. Because before I was like, I don't need a new bathing suit. I swim like once a year at Dallas's parents. But we live pretty close to the beach and I'd like to go a lot more. So I'm like, well, I want something cute. So... This fucking go-go pisses me off. Pisses me off. I want a cocktail shaker. I would love a cocktail shaker. I think that'd be so fun to have. Oh, meditate just does your fucking normal attack? Damn, what a waste. Okay. Light screen. Damn. Now it's gonna fucking heal. Why do we all want a cocktail shaker now? I want one. Should I get one too? I should get one too. We do entertain. We do have people over relatively often. Like once a month we try to have people over to watch a movie or something. And most of us do end up drinking, even if it's not like to get drunk. We'll just have like a drink to have socially. So it'd be nice to have. Ruby has been... Soda as well, but Ruby especially. As it's getting warmer, they are shedding so much. Literally, if you just pet Ruby, it like comes off on your hand. Like you could make a fucking wig. It's been so much, and there's just like little hairs from them just floating in the air and just landing on my face and tickling my face. And oh my god, it's been fucking awful lately how much she's shedding. Especially at night, because I sleep with a fan on me and it just picks up little hairs from her. And especially because I usually put like cream on my face before bed. I use tretinoin, and they get stuck in the fucking tretinoin. I'm like, oh my god. This is driving me nuts. You can also use it for a homemade shaken espresso, which was my idea for you. You could do like a cold brew concentrate. Today we drove through, I guess we were kind of near Beverly Hills. We drove through like the rich neighborhoods today while listening to a podcast. Because we love to be like, oh, I love that one. Oh, that one's ugly. As if they care what our broke ass has to say about their house. But we were just like going through today, looking at them. And I was just like, oh, I just want to be fucking rich as hell and not have to worry about anything. I want an espresso machine in my house.
The dogs are mad at me because there wasn't enough carrots to give them all.
That's so funny.
It's not funny, it's like...
They love carrots.
It's sad. They keep looking at me like, hello?
Could you give me my fan from the bedroom?
should get in the habit of bringing it in here when we stream.
Okay. Do you want me to get it?
No.
Lauren, thank you for the 65 months. Thank you, thank you. Alright, the final Pokemon, Weepin' Bell. My revenge. I don't know why I sucked so much on the first run. My team is exactly the same. But this time I only lost one Pokemon. I don't know why that was so difficult the first time. Maybe because I like wasn't fully healed or something. But yeah, sometimes I'm just like, oh, I just want to come into a lot of money. Like, I don't want to have to work for it. I just want to have it. I'm tired of it. I watched a video. There was this girl, which... I'll get to it in a minute. Let me wait till I'm sitting. There was this girl. She said, it was her video, what I spend in a day, or what I spend in a month, as a trust fund baby that gets $80,000 a month. And I'm like, first of all, if you've got money like that to blow, like, to that degree, why are you telling us? You're gonna be eaten. We're gonna get you. Like, why are you putting such a target on your back? Who's going to eat her? She has a doorman. True. But it's just, I was like, ugh. And I was like, I would just love to live a life where I can just be like, I don't have to check my bank account before I make a purchase over 3 digits, that I have the money in there to pay it without going into the negatives. Like, I want that life. I don't even need to be, like, I don't need to be Mark Zuckerberg rich. I don't. Have you ever seen the Hannah Alonso videos about how influencers lie? No, but a very recent example was that morning routine guy who... Hang on. Who had this, like, incredibly expensive and, like, luxurious seeming lifestyle. He was broke as hell, and I'm pretty sure he got evicted because he couldn't pay his rent. Apparently, I saw people saying that on Twitter, so I don't know how true it is, but I'd believe it. Kay, thank you for the 4-month resub. I'd get 3 tattoos and buy a few good meals and buy a Switch 2. Switch 2 games and be like, so now what? Yeah, like, I think I would... My first thing I would do, if I had that kind of money out of nowhere, I would buy a house. I'd invest in a house. Because I want my dogs to have a yard to run around in before they get too old to experience it to the fullest, you know? Ruby's gonna be 4 in a month. Like, I'm like, oh my god, no. 4? That's almost 5. Would you even let Soda in the yard unsupervised? He's so little. No, but I would just love to, like, sit and watch them run around. I wouldn't even let Ruby out there by herself. I would only supervise them, really. But Soda, if I was gonna let them just run around and I was gonna go, like, to the bathroom real quick and like I knew like there's no way he'd even like get through the fence or anything, I would have him wearing like a hawk protecting vest or harness, so that way he doesn't get scooped up and stolen away. You need steel toe puppy boots for the snakes. Ugh, God. Scary. Do I have nothing that can use fly? Ugh. The age of HMs in Pokemon is so toxic to me. I have to go find something with wings. I think there's a Chatot on the route above me, so I can get that. God. I'm always rubbing my face, but especially lately because of the shedding of my skin. I'm a lizard. It's crazy. Like, Ruby, it's just been so much. My Zyrtec's been working overtime, which actually I have not taken today. Next time I take a bathroom break, I'll go take it. It's like I'm not allergic to dogs. I've just... Because I've... It's more like it's just like the dust. Do you have those combs for short-haired dogs? We have a brush, I think, but it's so much. Like, we just have to be brushing her 24/7. You might be allergic to dogs and just not know it. Well... Even when I'm in a situation without dogs, I have the same sort of like sinus issues. I was allergic to dogs and didn't know. Now I know though. I think it's just the dust, cause like if I'm like when I go home to New York and we would bring Ruby, I wouldn't have as many sinus problems. It's just like it's just the dust in the apartment. It could be the carpeting. Yeah. I've never lived anywhere with carpeting, and once I started living in apartments with carpeting is when I started to have a lot more like breathing problems. So it's probably that. I gotta be vacuuming more. We don't have like a good vacuum. It really sucks. No pun intended. It I wish it sucked more. It's not a good vacuum. Kind of can't control it. Unfortunately, you know, most apartments they have carpeting, whether we like it or not. Thankfully, our living room is linoleum, so it doesn't collect as much dust. I can't breathe out of my nose because I have a deviated septum. Yeah, I definitely have like a slightly crooked septum, but it's not super bad. Drives me a little crazy that so many luxury buildings do the carpeted bedroom thing. I fucking hate it. Especially when I have pets. Because, like, sometimes they're gonna have accidents. And it's just like, oh my god, this is such a bitch to fucking clean. Like, I'm convinced it's designed to just, like, steal security deposits from people. I fucking hate a carpeted bedroom. I hate it. feel like apartments having carpets is unsanitary. Well, here's the thing. Most of the time, when a tenant moves away, it's pretty typical for them to completely replace the carpet. Especially in our old place, where people were constantly leaving and moving back in, and new people were moving in because of the roaches. And they were we had, like, within the 60 months we were there, like, our neighbors were completely different, like, twice. We were constantly seeing them, like, bring in, like, the subflooring and, like, the new, like, sub carpet foam and shit. Like, they're always replacing the carpet. I only look for places with hard flooring as a rule. I don't want to get into that, because I do as well, but typically those places are not, like, luxury apartments, and Dallas tends to not like those places. He has an aversion to them. I got lucky with my place. It's an old building, but still has updated appliances. That's great. It's also for sound absorption. Apartments are too cheap to insulate. Yeah. I'm learning so many things today. I think it's genuinely might be cheaper to lay carpet in at least one room than redo the linoleum. Just because people tend to not clean linoleum correctly. It is so fucking hard to clean linoleum. I hate it so much. No matter how much we fucking scrub, that shit still leaves a layer of fucking grime. So I only walk around the apartment in socks, because otherwise the bottom of my feet, even if we just fucking Swiffered with, like, linoleum specific cleaner, there's still a fucking layer of black and gray fucking grime on my feet. No matter what we do, you have to literally, like, pour scalding hot boiling water and mop for hours in order to clean it remotely correctly. I fucking hate it so much. It is the most annoying thing ever to clean. I hate it. Especially since we have pets that they have accidents. Linoleum is horrid. I hate it. And it's always gray. It's always fucking lifeless and gray and ugly. Linoleum sucks. You don't think it's bad until you live somewhere for the first time with it, and then you're like, this is driving me crazy. This is driving me up the fucking wall. I was watching a house tour of a K-pop idol ages ago, and she was talking about how her linoleum flooring as an eco-friendly flooring, which I thought was fun. Was fun little bit of marketing. I hate that. I think I like laminate. I'm not sure what the difference is really between the two. Especially what I've had in my last 3 places. But whatever I've had in all 3 places, I've hated. So laminate is probably what your apartment has. Either way, I hate it. Whatever I fucking had, I've hated it all the time. It sucks it's so expensive to use hardwood, actual hardwood, because it's so much easier to sanitize hardwood, yeah. Am I the only girl that hates pumpkin spice? I saw a TikTok last night that was like, get me a perfume that smells like this, and it was just like a bunch of like autumnal pictures, including like a picture of Starbucks, and I'm like, bitch, literally pumpkin spice. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Get me a perfume that smells like this vibe. It exists. It's one of the most popular fragrances and scents. What the fuck do you mean? It's her first life, okay? I actually do like pumpkin spice quite a bit. I'll be getting a pumpkin spice latte well into Christmas if they're still selling them. I do like them a lot. This stupid fucking bird is so annoying to catch. I want to fucking kill it, but I already have 3 times. Have you ever had rabies? Thank God, no. That's so scary. Did you know the only way to test to see if a dog has rabies is to put it down and then check its brain? Isn't that so sad? Like, if you think your dog might have gotten rabies, where did you hear that? From the emergency vet that I took Bailey to back in the day, because she was having seizures, but she was, like, foaming at the mouth, and I was like, oh my god, did she get rabies? And they were like, it's highly unlikely for her to have rabies, but if we did need to test, she would need to be put down. But yeah, it's like the only way to find out for sure if they have rabies is to put them down anyway. It's really sad. Mel asking where I heard that because they had a hunch it was probably from TikTok and then they were about to yell at me. Like, no, bitch. I heard from a fucking doctor. You bitch. Get back to work. Open Photoshop. Come on. Don't be sassing me in my chat. You got shit to do. It's open, it's open. Well, did the doctor watch a TikTok? It was pre-TikTok. It was like 2015, 16. Damn, so Vine. Yeah, she watched 18 Vines to get the full story. So it was pre-Trump TikTok. Yeah, I don't know if I could trust the information. I'm so fucking annoyed with how difficult this is to get a fucking Pokemon that can fly. Why did I not catch a Pidgey at the start of the fucking game? Like, why did I not do that? I want to beat the shit out of myself. How do I not have quick balls? Hey, Thicky LaBouf. LaBuff. Hello, hello. That's me. Hello, Mando. Where's the crit catch when you need it? I know. That's what I'm saying. I've given up on Chatot and I've decided to go try to get a Woobat from the cave. Sammy has been posting a bunch of my Fire Emblem VODs from like COVID spliced in with VODs from like last week. And it's literally like I'm getting a side-by-side of Twink versus whatever I am. And I'm like, damn, go me. Okay, go me. I actually worked on a drawing today after struggling to motivate myself all week. I have drawings that I want to do. I've just been busy this week. But I think I would like to draw this weekend. Chatot has the same catch rate as Dialga. What the fuck? No wonder! I'm drawing my Oros Dream Team quest, and the line art has been so intimidating because it's a big piece. Yeah, I get that. I don't know what I'm gonna draw. It's probably gonna be Ghosty a lot. Cause I just love my son. That's my boy. When are we getting new Ghosty merch? I know I've been thinking about it. I have been thinking about it a lot lately. Stickers especially. I would love to be selling like a new tank top / t-shirt for the summer. I just gotta come up with something. Come up with a design. I've had a lot of plans and like world building ideas for Ghosty and his universe come into my brain in the last little bit of time, last week or two. I've been feeling very inspired. So I would love to kind of jump on the motivation I've had. A Ghosty Direct. That would be fun. Ooh, you know what I could try to get? I could try to get a Wingull. Actually, no, I can't. You know what I'm gonna fucking do for myself here? Why I didn't do this earlier? Oh, I can't use trading. Hold on. Never mind. I was gonna just trade myself a Pokemon. Okay, I'm gonna go do my allergy spray real quick. Hello, I'm back. I put chicken in the air fryer. I took my Zyrtec. I sprayed my Flonase in my nose. We're all set. Okay, give me a Woobat. Well, I just sat here. Chingling! You're cute, but you're not what I wanted. Flonase triggers my anxiety boots down, mama. Like, actually, like, it affects your medication? That's so interesting. I've never heard of that before. Or do you just have, like, fear of putting things in your nose? Well done, mama. The steroids in it can trigger a hormone imbalance. What? Didn't know that. Let's just eat organic instead. Let's get the Goop vagina candle. The way Mandom has waited until now to say it. Yeah, after I've been taking Flonase every day for 2 years. Like... The Zyrtec definitely helps me more. I think, because it's like the full system. But the Flonase in combination with the Zyrtec is like, sometimes I just need them both, and today is one of those days. Doing my HRT the Flonase way. Zyrtec didn't do shit for me. I'm fortunate that it did, because I was like, I don't want to have to try all these different things. Benadryl is like, no. You should not be taking Benadryl. It is not as effective as these like newer era antihistamines, and it has, it can be really bad for you long term. Like, there have been studies showing like an increase in like dementia and shit for people who take Benadryl like crazy. And plus it just makes you want to fall asleep. Zyrtec at least doesn't make me drowsy. Where the fuck are the Woobat? Like, why is this so difficult? I'm gonna try to catch a Starly or a Staravia or something. Benadryl has me sleeping good. Not to put you on blast, Lauren, but you visiting us and taking ZQL to sleep every night and then needing like 2 Celsius to stay awake. I was like, who's gonna tell her that your body doesn't enter like restful sleep on a sleep aid like that? Like, yeah, you're tired because your body's not actually resting when you're sleeping because you're taking ZQL every night to sleep. Your ZZ ZQL.
Do you have anything that can go in the dishwasher?
No.
No forks or anything?
No.
Did you check the floor?
Just in case one fell off my desk and I didn't notice. Okay, chill, Jimmy. Like, you're overstepping. I mean, if we're just airing things out, she should know. I learned that in my high school psychology class. My psychology teacher was like, because we had a whole section on sleep and dreams and stuff, and we had to dream journal that night. And then, of course, my dream, I was having sex with Zeb Atlas, gay porn star. So I had to make up a dream that I had because I didn't have an actual one I could write about. So, but yeah, he was like, yeah, if you're sick, really try to avoid taking NyQuil and ZQuil because your body is not recovering when you're sleeping that way. And ever since then, I don't take I only take ZQL if I just want to sleep to like pass the time like on a flight. But if I'm sick and I'm trying to like recover, I don't take ZQL. Advil PM, none of that shit. My antidepressants also act as a sleep aid. I take Lexapro and mirtazapine in combination. And mirtazapine was originally a sleep medication that they found had antidepressant side effects. So I take a small dose of that as an antidepressant in combination with Lexapro. And it does the job. It doesn't necessarily help my OCD necessarily, but it gives me less side effects than like Zoloft did. Like I don't feel as blunted emotionally. So, yeah. It will increase your appetite like crazy though. At least when you first start it. I literally went up 20 pounds because I was constantly craving sweets. And it was like October, November time. So Crumble Cookie had all the best types of flavors. If I wasn't trans, I'd look like Zeb. I remember I had a friend of mine who transitioned, and they were telling me about like what they looked like before their transition, and they were describing themselves as having like, yeah, I kind of had the perfect body. And I was like, what a vain but also like detached way of talking about oneself. I was like, what the fuck am I listening to? I don't have a defense. I still take Benny D and 3 melatonin a night. You know, whatever gets you through the day, but if you find that you are still not feeling like rested upon waking up, I would maybe reconsider that path in life. Because taking melatonin, relying on melatonin too much can like upset the amount of melatonin your body actually produces. Melatonin is more meant to be like a corrective if you have like a fucked up sleep schedule rather than like I use this to fall asleep every day. Me when Jimmy is doing something hazardous to his health, I speak. Me when Lauren is doing something hazardous to herself, I stay frozen to my chair, silently stressed out. The way that some fuckers here and in Lauren's community as well, because we share a lot of people, speak to Lauren versus how they speak to me, I notice it. And some days it pisses me off. At the just like tone of just pointedness and meanness. And I'm like, don't fucking talk to me like that. Actually though. Like, don't fucking speak to me like that. Or like sometimes people will try to like pit me and Lauren against each other and be like, Lauren's doing this, why aren't you? Or like, Lauren did this, it was more fun when Lauren did this. And I'm like, okay, don't try to like, it's not, what you're doing is not cute. It's rude. And I'm not talking about you, Anne, specifically, even though you do it. There are other people that do it that I don't have specific instances of, but I remember the emotions I felt. And I'm just like, don't try to pit us against each other. Why are you trying to destroy this beautiful friendship I have with Lauren by trying to force me to have resentments towards her? It's not cute. That is my diva. That is not cute. Please don't resent me, you're my diva. I could never. I will never let them have that power over me. But sometimes I feel like they are really trying it. They're really trying to make that narrative happen. And I'm like, no. No. Bunch of pot stirrers. Yeah. Thank you. I did not I did not suffer years of being on Hidden Block with 5 other people, and they were my friends, but like I was often compared to 5 other people, and it was such a detriment to my self-esteem to constantly be compared to other people, to come on Twitch and be compared to other people. No, we're not doing that. Do not do that to me. Cannot let people recreate what happened to Selena and Demi. Exactly. Whatever that means. Some girls are too comfy having their foot on your neck. Exactly. They just want to bite my ass. And sorry, baby. It's not on the buffet. I'm sorry, you're right. I wouldn't have asked Lauren if she has had rabies. That I don't mind. The way I have no call to be annoying in Lauren's chat, like let me behave suddenly. I don't really chat in Twitch streams. I do watch streams, but I don't really feel the compulsion to chat unless like I know the person personally, like Lauren or Anne, or like if David streams or something. And I always forget about like I'm like, damn, like, there's like a whole side of my humor that I don't really get to operate and express because I'm not like, it's designed specifically to be like typed out. And I'm like, oh, I'm so silly. I crack myself up when I'm in a Twitch chat and I'm actually talking. I get half your jokes in chat because you always reference things I don't get. I love when Mel streams because for some reason I turn the insufferability up to a fucking 11 when I'm in a Mel stream. Because I'm like, they're obsessed with me, so they're gonna read everything I say. So I'm like, there are no duds. I can literally say anything. And they'll read it. And I know it's gonna kill. Have you ever been banned or timed out in chat? Literally, Anne's. Like twice. Mel, do you have the voice memo that I sent you of me? I was voice memoing Mel about how annoying I was being to Anne. And I was like, I can't believe I'm getting away with this. I was being really annoying. I think I might have even apologized to you after. I was like, I don't know what came over me. I could not stop myself from being actually the worst person to ever have in a Twitch chat. I wish I could have heard you cackle at me saying, I wonder what Lauren's favorite color is. That, I was beside myself. It was early as fuck in the morning. I didn't really get much sleep, so I was like, woo! That shit killed me. It was... That was like, to me, that was one of your greatest. Because I could hear it in the exact tone of voice that you wanted. Even though I have no idea what you sound like after 5 years of friendship, I could just imagine in my head what the fuck, how you wanted that to be read. That's what made me laugh more. I can't search memos even though they're straight up speech to text. Damn, that's annoying. But yeah, basically, I was just telling Mel everything I was saying to Anne in her chat, and then halfway through a sentence, I go, I'm banned. I just got banned. Like, real-time live reaction to me going, oh, I got banned. I don't even remember what I was fucking doing. That was so annoying. That's the fucking worst part of it all. Was I was so dedicated to be insufferable and I did not even retain any of what I was saying. I could probably, if you go through my chat history, I tend to lurk more in Anne's stream just because she's usually watching something so that I have no idea how to contribute to it. Sometimes I'm really mean to unite people, and I do feel a bit bad after, but, like, they caught me at my worst. I'm only human. I only get annoyed when... there have been a few times where I've really, like, kind of fucking lost my temper with somebody in chat, and I do think about it, like, for years on end, and I'm like, they probably never came back. And it's really only when I'm, like... people give, like, I ask for, like, advice on how to, like, get past a section in a game, and then people who don't actually know feel compelled to answer the question, and they tell me to do something, and it takes, like, 30 minutes to do, and then it's not even the thing I was supposed to do. Like, they just, it's like, I'm like, oh my god, I just wasted my time. And I'm like, that drives me nuts. They'll say an answer and say, I would rather be fucked with a joke than someone just be like, oh, I didn't actually know. I just guessed. I'm like, don't guess. You don't need to answer every question. If you don't know the answer. But there was one time where I was, like, wondering if, like, a voice actor was a certain person, and, like, 3 people in chat just said yes. And then someone actually looked it up and they were like, no, that's not who it is. And I'm like, why did 3 people just say yes? Like, why, if you didn't know, why did you just say yes? And I like remember, like, I remember that day, and I'm like, that was the last time I saw this username in chat for a while. And I was like, damn, I wish I did not, I must have been, like, going through a depression at some point. Because I do have, like, recollections of, like, I feel like February 2023, I was very unhappy. Because it had really, we had just moved into our second Jacksonville apartment. It was a 16-month lease, and it had been, and it was Christmas 2022, and I had the realization that I would not be moving to California. I would have to stay in Jacksonville until next Christmas. Like, there's nothing nothing seems more far away than the next Christmas on Christmas Day. Like, it sent me into such a deep depression for, like, 3 months, and I was very unhappy and miserable, and I felt like I had nothing to live for. So, I feel like there were some streams where my vibes were off and I was not nice to people who pissed me off. Yeah, the week of Scarlet and Violet, I was not happy. I was like, I'm miserable playing this. And people trying me in the chat today, I can't handle it. I can't. But those are really the only other times that I really remember, like, getting actually, like, annoyed. Typically, even if somebody is in my chat and they're, like, doing shit that's annoying, typically I'm just like, whatever. Like, they're here. It's annoying, but, like, I'm very grateful that they're supporting me. But it's very rare that that actually happens, because I actually let a lot of shit slide that most streamers will not. Because I kind of think it's hilarious. I don't remember what... I was at an Animal Crossing stream during COVID back in, like, 2020, 2021. And there was this person that, like... they would ban people just for having, like, a username that they didn't like. And it wasn't even anything crazy. I think it was literally just, like... There was one person was in chat and their name was like Divorced MILF, which is like relatively tame, I feel. Even though MILF is like an acronym that has the word fuck in it. But they like banned them. They banned them. They said they followed and they banned them immediately. They were like, inappropriate username, no. And I was like, damn, live a little. Like, that's crazy to me. That's so funny. The way I'd give that person VIP. I would compliment them on how funny of a username that is. I have a bitch that used to show up here. I think they changed their name. They were Wear Diaper. Wear Diaper. As in, when the full moon comes out, they turn into a diaper. That shit is hilarious. And I feel like that would not fly at some other stream. I'm gonna go check out my chicken. Hello. Why aren't we a community that talks while streamer is gone? Sometimes people do. But I gotta say, I actually prefer that my chat is mostly people talking to me. I kind of dislike when people are having... I don't mind when, like, someone's responding to somebody else real quick. But it's very difficult as a streamer for people in your chat to, like, be talking across you, almost. Like, talk on Discord. Do, like, whispers to each other. Like, I feel like... If I feel like I'm being, like, talked over, I'm like, why is this happening here? And that used to happen a lot more before I started being like, please take it to DMs. Like, you're talking about a show I've not seen. You're just kind of clogging the chat with your own personal conversation. I vastly prefer when I feel like I'm talking to everyone in chat that is typing. I think it's different if, like, I'm talking about the Sonic movie, and then somebody in chat points out something that they thought, and then people reply directly, be like, oh my god, that's such a good idea. Oh my god, I didn't even notice that. Oh, that part was so cool. Like, that's different than, like, someone coming into chat and only saying hello to, like, their friend that's also there and not even me, or, like, anyone else. Like... If Alex's first message in my chat today was like, hi Mel, which watch, tomorrow, that's what they're gonna fucking do. I already can tell what your bit is gonna be tomorrow. And not even me, I'd be like, what the fuck? And people do that sometimes. But yeah, I like that the chat is like a group conversation, and I just happen to be the one on the stream saying everything. But God, this Trader Joe's, literally, my protein intake has never been this consistent in my life, and it's all thanks to these Trader Joe's chicken tenders. I literally buy like 2 bags, like twice a week. I'll eat them as like a chicken tender, and I dip them in like ketchup or ranch or something. Or I chop them up. You've been chopping it up? And I have them as like a lettuce wrap. What about your carbs? You gotta get thicko. That's what the tortilla's for. But yeah, I do need to get better about my carb intake as well. Especially now that I've been incorporating 30 minutes on the treadmill into my workouts. Because I really would like to... Dallas really wants to, like, start hiking. And nothing, like, crazy. Like, we're not going to be fucking climbing Mount Everest. But, you know, I want to have, like, the stamina to handle, like, a uphill hike. Because there's some really great canyons out here. Alright, I gotta teach my birds how to fly. I have a lemon protein shake. Lemon, raspberry, strawberry, or raspberry. Those tenders diced up in Alfredo, you can use them for chicken parm. Why did I not fucking think about that? That's such a good idea. I'm gonna do that. This is really the only protein shake that I really like anymore. The brand is Seek, Seeq. It's a little pricey, but it's really difficult for me to stomach drinking like a whey protein, like chocolate flavored vanilla. Like I really only like peanut butter chocolate stuff. Because it's like, it's not super sweet. It's always so insanely sweet. Triple fudge birthday cake. Like, I don't want to be drinking that. If I wanted that, I'd be drinking melted ice cream. And I don't want to do that. So, I've been trying these different clear protein that are like juice. And I actually really like this lemonade one. And it doesn't give me acid reflux either. Because it's like... There's probably not even actually lemon flavor. But yeah, they're very nice. And it's a nice pink, yeah. I usually do 2 scoops if I have like a big bottle like this. But I'll just make a refill. But yeah, I actually think vanilla flavored protein products are maybe my least favorite flavor to get. Which is crazy because I usually really like vanilla as a flavor, but the vanilla flavoring for like protein shakes and stuff, it's so gross. All right. Where should we go? What should we hunt? Should we try to do Esper? I can try Esper. I used to have to drink Boost and stuff as a kid. I was underweight and the taste of the vanilla. I get the chocolate Boost because I was using them for a while as like protein shakes just for like, oh, I didn't mean my caloric intake today. I'll have a Boost. But they're so gross on their own because they almost have like a nutty oil taste to them. I literally I get nauseated thinking about them. I have like a whole case in my fridge that I have not been able to bring myself to drink them. I can't. Like I have to have them mixed in to like an existing protein shake with like peanut butter powder, a banana, like bunch of stuff to mask the taste of the Boost, and like sometimes I can still fucking taste it. And I literally is nauseating. I remember one time I like chugged one before a stream. Just so I was like, oh, I don't have time to eat. Like I'll just chug one as like my snack before my stream. I literally like almost had to go to the bathroom and puke. Let's go for oddish number 3. All right. I'm committed. Let's try to get Esper. Okay. God, being able to fly now is so amazing. Like 2 weeks ago, I was like, ugh, I should try cutting for the first time in my life. And I've moved past that moment of weakness as my after I because I was not real. I was drinking a few days in a row, not a lot, like a margarita. But like if I consume alcohol, it fucks with my medicine, and it made me depressed for like 2 weeks. And then like middle of last week, I was like, oh, what was I thinking? Fuck that. I love how I look. Why would I change that? So I'm healed. Honestly, though, I was concerned for the brand. Exactly. Honestly, though, I have actually been doing a really good job at weaning myself off of soda. Not my beloved dog. I would sometimes have like 3 to 4 cans of Coke a day if I had it. If it was just in the fridge, I just keep grabbing them. We go to Wendy's, I get the large. Like, I'm always, that's like my crux, right? Like a week and a half ago, I just was like, I'm tired of this making me feel like shit. Like energy-wise, I feel like it makes the amount of sugar in it, like it just fucks with my energy. I feel like it makes me feel really like puffy and just like gross afterwards, even though I love the taste. So and like just making that like mental shift, like I still get it. Like if we go to Wendy's, I'll get it because it comes with the combo. We went out for ramen the other night. I got a can of Coke with my meal, and I did finish that. But like we went to Wendy's the other day, and I got a Coke with my meal. I had like 3 sips. I was like, I don't want this. Like it kind of tastes like almost gross to me now. Like I've like rewired my brain somehow where I don't crave it anymore. I don't know what happened. Excuse me. Water tastes so fucking good. Yeah. Honestly, like I actually have like I do enjoy drinking water. But lately for some reason, it's like all I want to drink. I only drink water and Fairlife milk. I just bought a new thing of Fairlife the other day. I had it with my cereal. That's how I usually consume my milk. It's tough for me to be like, you want to know what I want with this? A glass of milk. Or like, you want to know what I want right now? Milk. But if I have cereal, I'm consuming milk that way. And then I'm like, well, I have to drink it. I'm not going to just toss the milk. It's going to go to waste. So I'll drink the milk afterward. But yeah, I honestly, bite-sized beetles, you're right. It probably is an object permanence thing because if the soda is not in the fridge, I kind of forget to get it. And like if I really want it, I have to go down to the lobby if it's like I don't feel like going to the store. I got to go down to the lobby, I got to go to the vending machine, the one that only takes credit card, not Apple Pay, which is another annoyance because I will sometimes forget and I will be like, well, fuck, now I can't get anything. So I'm just like, well, I don't feel like getting up, or I don't feel like putting my shoes on to go downstairs. Like, I'll bring Fairlife milk quart to the gym sometimes. I mean, it's working for you, so you do you. But I could not imagine having something that heavy in my stomach while I'm working out. I like can't really eat at all before I go to the gym, which is annoying because I feel like I'd have more energy if I at least just have like a granola bar or something. But I forget to eat those because I forget to buy them. But yeah, I kind of can't have anything in my stomach when I work out, especially because like when I get really warm, I start to get a little nauseous. So like if I have food in my stomach on top of that, it's like it's a recipe for disaster. I hate when I get food and they're like, "You don't want a drink?" Like, no, stop tempting me. Yeah, I wish I could get like a discount for getting like a Wendy's burger without the drink. Like, I wish I could just get the burger and fries without the drink, and I would just drink water. Water isn't a side option. What the fuck? I mean, you can get a water cup, but I mean, if you're paying for the fountain drink, you might as well get a fountain drink. That's like, that's my justification. Plus, like, I don't want fucking a glass of water in this tiny ass cup that I'm gonna have to get up and refill like 4 fucking times over the course of my meal. And it's usually like shitty ass like tap water from the fucking soda fountain that has like a hint of whatever soda it's sharing the faucet with anyway. Hello, Dean. I tried our new Wendy's in the UK. It was so grim. US Wendy's is so good, I miss it. I do love a Wendy's moment. I've been really into their chicken sandwiches lately. Although I haven't been getting them because I can literally make something that tastes exactly the same at home with Trader Joe's chicken. But they've been having a coupon in the app where it's like if you just get a chicken sandwich a la carte, you can get another one for $1. So I've just been doing that. I've just been getting like a $5 chicken sandwich and then an extra one for $1, and like that's my whole meal. I don't even really eat the fries. I've not really been liking fries lately from pretty much any fast food place because they never have enough salt for me. But then if I have too much salt, I'm like, oh, I fucking am retaining so much water the next day in my face, and I hate how I look. So I'm like, well, I just won't eat it. All right. Prediction. Which game will have the shiny? We'll find out. All right. Oh, let me put Esper back on the screen. There we go. There was Wendy's in Guatemala built into hundreds of year-old square. It was so fun looking. When I went to Italy, when I went to Venice, one of the first things I saw when we took the water taxi to like where our Airbnb was this probably like centuries old building with a big fucking neon Burger King sign slapped onto it. And I was like, this is so crazy. I didn't go to it because I was like, why would I get Burger King when I could go to a pasta restaurant? What's a water taxi? So like Venice is all canals. There's no roads. And it's like a big circle. So on the outer rim of the circle are these like boats, these like shuttle boats that carry like maybe 25 people. And you get on, and then they go around, and then you just get off at whatever stop you want to get off on. Oh, so it's Wind Waker in real life. Yeah. Venice was so cool. If I could go anywhere, it would probably be Japan. But I would love to go back to Venice someday. Priority would be somewhere I haven't been before. But I would love to go back to Venice someday. It was so cool. Favorite. I would literally... We did like a week in Italy while my sister was studying abroad there. And we did like 3 days in Florence, 2 days in Venice, and a day and a half in Rome. And I would go there. I would go just for a week just in Venice alone. It was that cool to me. I want to go there before it sinks into the ocean. I know. The sea levels are rising. There are some pretty crazy videos that people post of like the entire, like, I think it's Plaza San Marco is like the famous place. I've been there. It's like that big famous open area in front of that big cathedral. People post where it's like there's like a foot of water that people are like walking through. That's like, that is like old footage from like a big rain season that they had where it was like flooding. It's like still above water most of the time, thankfully. I remember growing up, my parents had this painting of some like island with like a dome on it. Let me see if I can find the actual location so I know what the name of it is. Okay, it's Basilica di Santa Maria. This is what it looks like. My parents had a painting of this. Very similar shot to this. Probably from a different angle, but my parents had a painting of this building in our living room for pretty much my entire childhood. And I always thought it was so pretty. So, to like see it in real life, like the exact angle that I had looked at every single day for like 19 years of my life at the time was fucking crazy. Yes, that is what the water taxis look like. It's just a bunch of people get on and it just takes you around the loop. Here's another one. I have a video. I have an Instagram highlight. Oh, did I private them? Let me try to find it. Okay, this playlist, it just auto-played, and I don't like it. It's loud as fuck. This is not my playlist that I picked, so hang on. Okay. Let me get it on my phone. Instagram archive. Actually, maybe I just put it on my grid. It might just be on my grid. Yeah. I'll just open Instagram. I'm really sad it doesn't seem like there's going to be a DragCon LA this year. Which I'm sad about, because I really would have loved to meet some of the girls. I had a good time last year. God, Instagram on browser has been so bad lately. I use it a lot for the podcast. Because it's like, oh, they talk about an influencer, and I have to go find their picture on their Instagram. And I like to do it on my computer so I can just screenshot. But lately I've been having to go on my phone and then send it to myself on Discord, which is just such an extra time-consuming step. I have a lot of pictures from Venice. It was my favorite place. Yarnity, thank you for subscribing. Thank you, thank you. Appreciate that. Welcome in. So I don't know if this is actually outside of our Airbnb that we stayed at, but it all kind of looks like this. But we were staying, literally our like window from our Airbnb was right next to this, I guess, kind of famous. There's like a bunch of these little bridges all over in like the residential sections. And I guess the one that we were staying next to was the area that we were in was like.
Did you hear me singing Gaga?
No, I did not. Thank you for singing her, though. I guess that count as a stream. So the area that we were staying in was like famous for its brothels, and there was one of these little bridges that would like go near all these buildings that had a bunch of like women in the window that would like flash their tits, and they named the bridge like Titty Bridge or something. Ruby. And then, so when we first got off the train to Venice, literally we stepped out of the train station and this was our view. This is what we were greeted with. Literally, I took a picture immediately. I've never seen the color blue as vivid as I did when I came here. It was crazy. And it just like, the air, like it constantly, because it's like so much water that like the air just like, it doesn't even smell like gross. Like it's like, it just smells like water. Like I don't know how to describe it. It's not like being at the beach. It's a very different feeling. It was so incredible. It was my absolute favorite place we went to. Just some little alleyways that we went to get to our place. This is in Florence. This is the Duomo. It's the big fucking fancy cathedral. And my sister had an apartment like right here. Like literally every morning she was like 16 feet away from the fucking thing. It was crazy. The Trevi Fountain, it's not loading. The Trevi Fountain, this is what it looks like. It was the most overstimulating. Rome, I really did not like. It was so crowded and overstimulating. I didn't know I was neurodivergent yet. And I was just like, why am I having a panic attack from just people's shoulders touching my shoulders? I don't understand. This is Florence. More Venice, though. But yeah, Venice was my absolute favorite. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. Hi, I love your emos so much. Thank you. I'm glad. I'm trying to come up with some new ones over the next few weeks. Thank you so much, Yarnity. I appreciate that. Have you been watching anything good recently? We finished Severance the other day. No spoilers. Because I know there's a bunch of people here that are not caught up on it yet. But I loved it. I loved it. That's all I'm going to say. I am obsessed with it. It was so good. I can't wait for the next season. I don't know when it's going to be. We watched the newest season of Love on the Spectrum. I enjoyed that. Dallas was telling me how many of the people on the show and their family members all like follow the Trump family on Instagram. And I was like, oh. Damn it. I'm not shocked. Half the people on the show are Christian and have these big bougie ass houses. Ruby, come in. Yellow Jackets season 1 is on Netflix. I don't need Showtime to watch it, so I kind of wanted to start it. I'm gonna say it. What's wrong with being what's wrong with being confident? Yes, we do have Paramount Plus, I believe. I'm not watching this season of Celebrity Big Brother UK just cuz I just don't. I got enough to keep up with. But I've been seeing clips. And I want JoJo Siwa to beat the fuck out of Mickey Rourke with her gay hands. I want to see her kick his ass. I want her to kill him. I want her to beat him within an inch of his life. What a fucking pig. He needs to be evicted from the house. Like, he literally, like, that's sexual harassment. And like homophobia, bigotry. Like, it was so gross. I hope she wins. Her and Danny Beard, icons. I'm obsessed. I haven't seen any clips of Danny Beard, but I love Danny Beard. I'm a big fan from Drag Race. When does the next UK versus the world start? Are they not doing that show anymore? I thought they filmed a new season. Do we know? Because that usually starts in, like, February. And I totally forgot about it. All the losers in Dallas's tweet, all like, it's a joke. Those are people that look up keywords just to argue with people they don't even follow. A bunch of losers. Where's the tea checker? Yeah, I gotta go to Drag Race Tea. I gotta open that Google Doc. I gotta join Jake Yonsei's Discord server. When's Mistresses next season? All Stars 10, I think she's on that. With Lydia, which is crazy because her season hadn't aired yet. But I'm pretty sure that's gonna come out this summer because they filmed last summer. That's gonna be a weird ass All Stars. It's like 30 people and they like do 3 groups of 10 and they like compete to make it to the next cut, which is like the full season. They only finished filming like last week. What? That's fucking crazy. I actually did, because like, yeah, so that's, you know what, that makes sense. Because with so many girls, they have so many schedules to keep track of. So like, say Mistress, for example, she films like the first like 3 episodes of her All-Star season, and then she doesn't fucking go back and film anything for another like 2 months. And then they film like a couple more episodes. Because like they're like, all right, this is the next group, and then eventually they merge at like Survivor. It's gonna be so weird, but at least it sounds like there's eliminations, so hopefully it won't be boring. But yeah, I don't know who's all on it. I just know Mistress and Lydia. I kind of don't like to look up anything about the All-Stars cast anymore because I've had spoilers find their way into my life way too easily. And I've found the last couple Drag Race seasons where I've really tried to avoid spoilers have been so much more enjoyable for me. So that means WoW will have done the 17 Lollapalooza finale, All-Star 7 second half, while also preparing for season 18 and the next All-Stars. Wild. RuPaul loves to stay booked. People are like, RuPaul's gonna retire. RuPaul has said many times in interviews she works to keep the voices at bay. She will probably not... She will retire once she physically can't fucking move. She likes to work. As much as we joke about how she doesn't give a fuck about the contestants. Like, she likes showing up to set. I only know Mistress is on because she hasn't been all that secretive. I feel like she's like one of the only ones that can get away with it. I feel like if any of these other queens were like remotely as like, oop, I can't say what I'm on, like, they would have eliminated them. They would have barred them from winning, but she's just so popular that she kind of has like the muscle to fucking be like, I could do what I want, which is kind of hilarious in camp. Not the Drag Race tribal merge. The way I had to compare it to Survivor, even though I've never seen Survivor, because I originally wanted to be like on Total Drama Island. Sonic Rumble is finally coming out. I'm very excited about it. Total Drama Island has gone downhill and there's no chance for revival. Like, they tried. It's because they teased with silhouettes of the original season characters and like a couple other ones from like Redonkulous Race that people really liked. And then when the season came out, it was all new people. And I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't know if this is like a franchise that's necessarily going to like bring in new fans at this point. Like, you're kind of like, you gotta revive it. It's like when they do revivals of like old sitcoms, but like Girl Meets World. Like, I guess it's not the best example because I do think Girl Meets World was like relatively popular. But it's like when they reboot a show, but like they don't make it for like the adults that would remember it. So then like no one watches it because like the kids nowadays are not interested in it because they're like, what is this reboot? I don't know any of these characters because I haven't seen the original. But then the adults that they were rebooting it for are like, this is a kid's show. Why would I watch this? So it literally just like, it's for no one. It has no target demographic. I think that was Total Drama's problem. They had all new characters with the same, like, almost even more, like, juvenile fart, poop, burp humor. Like, completely, like, uninteresting characters that are just, like, recolors of existing archetypes that people already know and liked. And so, like, it was not interesting for, like, a returning fan of the show. And then, like, what kid is like, I want to watch that, when there's like a million other options that are of higher quality for them to choose from on streaming services? I only watched the first season of the reboot. It was so horrible. I was so disappointed. I literally only liked like one character, and it was the new Heather, whatever her name was. I don't even remember. And it was cool. They had a gay storyline. That was kind of cute. Why did we watch it all in one day? Well, I was already planning to, and then I said, I'll be screen sharing it if anyone doesn't want to fucking track it down themselves. And then everyone else just kind of stuck around for the whole thing. Which I was kind of surprised by. They should have just made Redonkulous 2 to keep the World Tour vibes. I didn't end up actually really watching Redonkulous Race very much. I don't really know why. I feel like companies underestimate how willing adults are to watch cartoons if it's more of what they already like. Like, I'm autistic and I'm eating every piece of Adventure Time media they put out till I die. I think Adventure Time has really cracked the code on, like, revivals and reboots. Because they're essentially just doing new seasons of the show, but with like time skips or like focusing on side characters that aren't Finn and Jake. Like, they're fleshing out the world, and it's the same target demographic as the original, but it's done in a way that like old fans want to come back and it attracts new fans. It's literally like, I feel like every show needs to fucking follow that blueprint if they're gonna do a revival. It was kind of like that new Powerpuff Girls show. Like, it was almost like geared younger than the original even was. And it's like, kids nowadays are not really going to be the ones interacting with this Powerpuff Girls reboot. It's mostly going to be like fans watching it out of nostalgia. So when it wasn't like of the same caliber of like writing, the art style was a little different. It was like, what is this for? What was the reason to do this? Yeah, they didn't even have Craig McCracken. And I think now they're rebooting it again, this time with him. Because they were like, ooh, we fucked up. And it's like, wow, you really wasted a lot of money. Just to come around 7 years later and do what everyone said you should have did the first time. I hate not being able to say Powerpuff Girls is my fave cartoon and having to specify not that one. Thankfully, I feel like that the reboot has like kind of just... I feel bad for the people who worked on it because like it's tough. I have had friends that have worked in animation on projects that like people generally fucking hate across the board. And it's really tough to like go into the office every day and have to draw something that is just gonna get fucking vitriol online from people who probably aren't even watching the show. Like, that is so fucking awful, morale-wise, to like, alright, time to draw an entire storyboard for an episode that I'm gonna get death threats because it's not the art style as the original. So, like, I have a lot of sympathy for like the people who make the show. It's always like the executives that make the decisions that I always have an issue with. Same with video games. Like, I'm not dunking on the fucking underpaid, like, coding people at Game Freak. I'm dunking on the CEO of Pokémon Company forcing them to have the deadlines they do. I've not watched The Residents, no. But I've heard that show's good. This is a gay sitcom that I want to watch. I don't remember what it's called, but it's got Matt Bomer in it and a couple other people. It's like Golden Girls, but with gay men that are over 50. Apparently it's very funny. I miss the men-hating villains that served Cavant, and when the recent Powerpuff Girls didn't deliver, I didn't go back. They completely removed Miss Bellum from the reboot because they... And I think him as well, because they were like, these are problematic representation. When in actuality, like, queer people love him. And Miss Bellum is fierce. It was very, like, almost like BuzzFeed social justice, where it's, like, very like black and white thinking about something. That's kind of what I think of it as. Like, it's woke in the wrong way. Like, it's so annoying that Disney villains are queer coded. It's queerphobic. And it's like, yeah, but they're the best characters. Like, yeah, but they're the best characters. So, like, the queer people get to be the coolest characters in the movie. So, like, it kind of goes both ways. But I'll take that over whatever the fuck we've got going on now. We need dark woke. Oh my god, the BuzzFeed manspreading video, I literally, like... That video was crazy to me. That video was so, like... Oh, like... I don't even... It's been so long that I don't even know what my, like, full thoughts were at the time. But I just remember being like, I'm on the same side as you, but this is crazy. Like, I'm woke as hell, but this is crazy. The problem isn't that the villains are gay, it's that the protagonists aren't also gay. Exactly, exactly. I have a big issue when people dislike that, like, a flawed character is also the character that, like, has representation. And I can really only speak for, like, gay male characters with that. But I'm like, why does every gay character have to be this, like, goody two-shoes good person in order for it to be, like, good representation? Like, I really like a complex queer character. That's fucking cool. It's realistic. It doesn't feel like it's, like, just the token gay friend. There's always a cardboard cutout on their trait is that they're gay. Exactly. Where are the gay buff bears in cartoons? I do feel like there is less representation of, like, gay or bi, like, male characters, unfortunately, in, like, video games and animation. And I don't really know why that is. I think it's, like, it all comes back to misogyny, I think. That, like, men dabbling in femininity, or even, like, women, anyone embracing femininity of any kind is seen as, like, a negative. So I feel that's why there's typically, like less hyper femme female characters slash less like gay male characters of any kind. Even though that like being gay does not necessarily equate to being feminine. It's two completely different things. But like in the eyes of like jaded boomer as executives, like it is. That's because queer gay women can be consumed by straight men. I think that's what it is too. It's like less offensive to them, to the straight men, because there's like a weird fetishization of it or something. It's all rooted in misogyny and patriarchy. Even if you think it has nothing to do with, quote unquote, nothing to do with women, at the end of the day, like, it all comes back to the same fucking issue. But yeah, that is something that it definitely, like, I will always be very happy when, like, a show, like, it's like, oh my god, the female protagonist of this show has a girlfriend, because it's like, that's fucking sick. I do just, unfortunately, I do get a little envious, though, because I'm like, oh, like, where's that for the gay guy characters, too? But outside of, like, video games and cartoons, I think that gay guy characters get more representation. It really depends on the genre. Gay women are more accepted and aren't viewed as threatening to male society. I don't know if I would say more accepted. I think they face different challenges, but I definitely don't feel like, because again, it comes back to the almost fetishization that straight guys can have, which is gross. Whereas like gay men, ew, but then they're like looking up fucking girl on girl. I think male queerness is seen as more inherently sexual as well. Yes. 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 It's like actually really, really crazy how true that is. I remember when I first came out, I was like 18, 19, 18. And like one of the first things people, like a lot of straight people that I knew would like jokingly ask me like, are you a top or a bottom?
I'm very honored to be in the presence of so many locals.
Like, not only is that just like weird to me that like I'm gay and the first thing you're asking me about is my sex position. Also, I was just like so much younger than a lot of these people that were asking me that question, so I was extra uncomfortable with that. But yeah, it's very annoying. Like, neither. Also, why do you want to know? Exactly. I'm like, bitch, I'm a side. It is so much easier to fucking do in the moment. Like, the prep work is next to zero. It's so much better. Thank you for the raid, Rich. Also, at the time, I was fully a virgin and, like, kind of ashamed of it because, like, I just was gay. I literally had to repress my entire identity until I was 18 years old. So, like, I had no sexual experience yet. So I didn't even know how to answer the question. It was just, I hated it so much. And also, like, I was not super masculine. So, like, if I did say top, people's preconceived notions of what that looked like were like, yeah, right. Because they just assume, like, any twink person is always a bottom. Which is not true. And then I also just hated being called a twink because I did not like how skinny I was. And I just was like, ugh, like stop putting this label that I definitely fall into on me, because I'm like, I don't like you. I did not like, it was because if someone called me a twink, it was them noticing how thin I was, and that was an insecurity of mine. So it was like, and I've never really made that mental connection until this very moment, that's why it bothered me. Because it was basically them saying like, oh, you're so skinny, which was like something I got bullied for a lot. Let's also talk about how some people use twink as a stand-in for the F slur, especially non-gay or bi men. I like let it slide a little bit when it's like a queer AFAB person, because I'm like, at least you're queer. But like the amount of like straight girls I've seen, there was a call one time. I don't know this person's identity, but they were with a guy. They called into Not Love Line one time, and they were like, my boyfriend's not very kinky. How do I get him to be more kinky? He's kind of just a twink. And I was like, what the fuck kind of question? Like, what the fuck? And Trish was even like, well, for starters, maybe stop calling him a twink. Because he probably doesn't like that. But also, like, what do you think a twink means? First of all, I guarantee you your boyfriend is not a twink. Second, he's a straight guy. Third, kinkiness and twink, no correlation. There are some freaky ass twinks out there. Let me tell you. And that question, that's literally the only question that's ever actually annoyed me editing that podcast. Otherwise, I'm like, everyone's just so nice and sweet. But there was something about that question that really fucking bothered me. And I waited like 4 days until the episode came out in order to talk about it. Because it bothered me that much. They probably think it means like a feminine guy, like genuinely. Yeah. I know a lot of straight people love to refer to like K-pop boys as twinks. And I'm just like, you're just not even queer. Like, you are like, I have a big problem. Let me set the record straight before I say this. Fujoshis make the world go round. If you want your show to be successful in any way, you gotta just accept that they are going to be your recipe for success. You should embrace them with open arms. That being said, I really do not like straight girls who love like boys love using the F slur. I have seen that before, and I'm like, just because you're reading smut does not give you the fucking pass to say the F slur. Absolutely not. And it's happened a lot more recently in the last like 2 years that I've seen on like social media, and it bothers me. I have been to Texas. I've been to Texas twice, I believe. Dallas both times for SGC, Screw Attack Gaming Convention, which does not exist anymore. Screw Attack, I think got absorbed into Rooster Teeth. I don't even know if they do RTX Festival anymore, but SGC was cool. Very good times. My first ever like panel I ever did was there. Stuttering Craig, who I don't know him personally, but I always thought he was kind of a douche. I remember he was definitely threatened by Hidden Block as like a collective, because when he announced us, we were like killing it. Like, our website had been around for like 5 months at the time, and they had us on a panel. We were like top billing guests at their convention, but when he announced us, he called us a niche little website. And I was like, okay, threatened. Like, what a fucking loser. He does the non-woke gaming awards now. Oh, good. Cool. So he's a grifter. That's so fun. Clocked it in 2013. What a fucking piece of shit. But yeah, he called us niche. I was like, bro, we have triple your fucking subscriber count with just half of us. That's crazy. Calling us niche. Bitch, be fucking for real. I don't care about analytics, but like, check the social blade. Let's not lie here. I feel like that's just a homophobia issue. A lot of straight people who consume gay fandom things but are openly homophobic about real things. It's common in K-pop. That's really sad. I'm not in the K-pop sphere, so I can't really speak on any of that, but I have seen some really nasty people with K-pop avatars in my time. That's for sure. Salmon. Okay. Let's see if I could do it. My new layout is going to be so much easier to like color match for people. Because the background is going to be a solid color that all the other assets are like semi-transparent and will just change along with it. This one, since it's like 4 different shades or 3 different shades, sometimes it's hard to get it just right. But we'll try to do salmon. There we go. Kinda worked. Something has been tickling my nose. I knew it. I had a single mustache hair curled up that has been tickling my nose. I have a link to the layout leak if anyone wants to see it. I'm so excited. Like, I really did want to give like a little sneak peek today. But I think the gag will be even better if everyone just sees it fully done. If Mel were to finish it tonight, though, I would start using it right now. But I think it won't be ready till tomorrow, probably. It was definitely a thing with One Directions too. A lot of fetishizing them because gay, and people wonder why they're so secretive about their love life. Yeah. Like, I do feel bad for celebrities that, like, are not queer, that are not gay. And people constantly speculate if they're gay or not. Because it probably leads them to, like, second guess every action that they do in order to not, like, send the wrong signal or have people, like, doubt them. And, like, that is probably so fucking horrible for your psyche. I can only relate to that a little bit, being gay myself, and then people, like, in middle school and shit sussing that shit out of me. And, like, telling me I'm gay before I was ready to accept that myself. People harassing Shawn Mendes for his sexuality for years. Yeah, and it's cool that he's like... I've never really cared for Shawn Mendes' music or his persona. Just been, like, neutral. I hate that Senorita song so much. But I've like just been like, whatever, like I don't really care. I don't really listen to many men, especially straight ones, but it's cool that he's like finally able to like be like, I think I'm fluid in some way. I don't know what I am, but I'm figuring it out. Like, it's tough. It's very tough. Because I like, if you're, it's annoying to be told something about yourself, even if it is true, like that he's queer. Like I think about this for being gay, like getting called gay as a kid, getting bullied, being called gay all the time. You almost don't want to be proving them right. By coming out. Because it's like, ugh. You know? Like all those kids that called me the F slur when I was a kid. Like they were right though. It sucks. It's like very complicated feeling. I feel like people are talking about it with Pedro Pascal a lot lately. It's like, OMG, just respect his privacy at the end of the day. Who cares? Yeah, I do think the memes about his bear smile in his selfie are very funny. But yeah, I kind of like, I don't really care. Although I do have kind of a pet peeve of like, if you have now established yourself as like a very successful, famous actor, I almost feel like it is, my opinion, because there are a lot of closet cases in Hollywood that are afraid, even though they have millions of dollars now, and like that are such a box office draw that like they don't have to worry about not getting casted anymore because they're gay, but still being closeted. It really kind of bothers me. And I know of a few having like heard on the streets in my time, and I'm not gonna be the one to out them because that would be disrespectful. But I do feel like if you are in like blockbuster after blockbuster and you're just this secret gay, you kind of owe it to the world to come out. Because how is this problem going to get any better if you are continuing to be closeted? Like, if you've got millions in the bank, you get a movie every year, and are part of franchise after franchise, your career is not going to get wiped off the map. You're too powerful at that point. Like, you don't have to be telling every person you're dating, but I think being visibly queer, especially right now. Oh, you got a name in mind. I've got like 3. I feel like you need to be visibly queer, and you're kind of like, it's almost like a privilege. Like once you've got it figured out to the point where like you're actively exercising your sexuality and identity in your private life, I feel like you gotta be public about it. You just gotta. Like, I kind of feel very passionately about that. And I understand that's not a popular take, and I am perfectly aware of that. And I don't necessarily think people are wrong for disagreeing with me, but it's just how I feel. Because I'm just like, imagine seeing XYZ super quote-unquote macho masculine actors that get put on like fucking all these like men's magazines that are like seen as like the ideal fucking man in like the patriarchal culture. Like the paradigm shift and like the mind fuck that it will like it will cause these bigots to really have to reassess, like, oh my god, this person I've been a fan of for forever and is like my favorite actor is gay. Maybe I should rethink some things about my homophobic outlook on life. You know, like it's very important, I feel, to be visible as a queer person. Like, I'm sorry, especially like gay, like a gay guy. Like, it's just such like a, I feel like it's such a big thing. It's like all these actors are secretly gay. Bitch, you've got 6 houses. You're set. Come out. You're not going to lose a role. You're barely acting anymore anyway. Come out. It's so important. It drives me nuts. And again, you don't have to be, like, actively talking about your dating life. But, like, I just think, unfortunately, the world is not at a point where, like, it can't be a big deal to come out and be gay. Like, it's just, gay people have to come out. That's the world we live in. It fucking sucks that it has to be this thing you have to declare. But I feel like at a certain level of celebrity where you're not getting denied roles because of your queerness anymore, or you wouldn't be. Like, if you're A list, you gotta come out. You gotta. Like, it's fucking annoying. It's fucking annoying. It's only gonna keep this problem from getting solved. I think of someone like Matt Bomer, who I think he was outed, but because he was outed, he was in the running to be Superman, which, like, incredible casting. He looks just like the fucking drawing. But they literally passed on him because he's gay. He was, like, gonna be him, and then he got outed, and they were like, "You're not him anymore. We're moving on to someone else." And it's like, that shit still fucking happens. To the point where gay men are not even getting the roles to play gay characters because they're not believably gay or believably... Like, it's so fucked up. So it's like, you have an opportunity to help break that cycle by playing these leading man, straight guy characters, but being a fruitcake in real life. And they just don't fucking come out. What's up?
What is in that cup?
The lemonade.
Why is it pink?
It's strawberry lemonade.
Oh.
Or raspberry or some shit. Yeah, I mean RuPaul. What's up? Why did you
Can I
come
have
in?
your cup? Or can I have your
Plate? Yeah.
Throw
Thank
it
you.
away. You want to put the napkin on?
Yeah. Thank you. I'm just not into DL men. I know many girls are, but, like, you're an adult. Who are you hiding from?
I have to put the dryer on because our sheets are...
Okay.
We washed our sheets and pillowcases.
Thank you. Yeah, I've never really been into, like I didn't really do a lot of hookups on, like, Grindr, really. And there were a lot of, like, DL faceless profiles on there. And where I used to live in New York, the only guys that were on there were, like, 45 and up. And I was like, I'm not. No. And I lived at home, so there was no way I was hosting, you know? So it just that was not really a thing for me. But yeah, I don't really connect with, like, a straight, quote-unquote straight passing gay guy. I don't. Like, if we can't queen out even a little bit over, like, a character in a cunty heel, or, like, talk about Drag Race, I just don't feel like we're in the same lane of queer, like the same font of gay person, and that's fine. But I don't know if we have a lot in common, so I just don't know if we're gonna make good friends, really. And that's just kind of, and I feel that way about men. Like, my type is very much like sporty, muscular, beefy guys. But if they're not, like, a little bit of a sissy, you know, if they don't key smash when they laugh, if they're not posting status updates about what they did that day with a picture of a female celebrity on a red carpet, a Getty image, I don't know if it's gonna work out between us. As friends or partners. Like, it just, you know. I think about Kevin Conroy. Once he was set and widely considered the best Batman, he came out and was still loved because people grew up on his Batman. Others should take his example. that's brave, especially especially now in like 2025, like as terrifying of times that we're in. I feel like queer people have never had more access to each other and like a unified front in that way. It's just not the same as being like in 2001 coming out like that. Like maybe 15 years ago, excuse me, I would have understood that mindset. But things have changed a lot. And also things are crazy right now, so it's more important to be visibly queer than ever. And I don't mean visibly as in like literally how you present. I just mean visible as in like you are existing with the knowledge, with people's knowledge that you are a queer person. It's not actually physical characteristics. It's the fact that you are like, your presence is known is more what I'm saying. You're taking up the space in the room. You guys want to see Soda? I feel like I haven't shown him today. Hi. As he was laying by the door, as soon as I called his name, he came over. Hi, buddy. Dump, 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 dump. Dump, 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 dump. Hello. Hello, bud. Hi, buddy. Hi. Hello, bud. Oop, oop. Hang on. Eee. I got you. Sorry, all my shit was gonna fall off my desk. Hello, bud. And to be honest, if you prefer to not visibly look gay, that does good too. Yeah. Like, you'll never catch me in a not booty short, but that's just because I like them. And I like looking gay. It's like a reclamation for me to look gay, to be clocked as gay from a fucking far, you know? That's important to me for my self-confidence and my power. Even if I have been fucking made fun of by strangers. Me wearing my gay pride polo shirt at work and having to change it because my mom was picking me up. Breaks my heart to hear. I'm sorry that you have to censor yourself in that way. It sucks. It really bothers me. I've seen like a lot of like younger, like early 20-something gay people, queer people. I've seen this take online. Cause like there's this copy pasta that almost circulates at this point. That's like, being gay in your 20s is experiencing the teenage years that you didn't get to have, right? And I've seen a lot of like people who are able to come out younger or like never had to come out at all, like just like younger queer people that are like kind of feeling the advantage of like the elder millennial Gen X boomer queer people from before them. And they're almost like, oh my god, can you move on from high school already? Or like shit like that. And it's like, do you not get that like they like, I know gay guys that literally weren't even able to like, they didn't have their first kiss till they were like 37. Like that is such a harmful like why are we fucking friendly firing? Why are we tearing down people in our own community? That's not necessarily me. because like again I came out at 18. That's thankfully pretty young, but it really bothered. I've seen that take before. It's like, oh my god, like get over it. You're in your 30s now. Get over it. It's like that's just it drives me nuts. I'm not even 30 and it drives me nuts. Because it's just like, it's just so insensitive. Like, have any sort of understanding of like someone else's reality but your own. I know gay guys that did not come out until like their mid to late 30s and were sent to conversion therapy like twice by their parents in their 20s. Like, forgive them for like mourning the fucking like able to figure out their sexuality at a younger age. Like give them some fucking space to like feel depressed about that. Cause like I got to come out pretty young, relatively, thankfully, and even I fucking was dealing with that for a while when I was like 20, 21. I was like really mourning the adolescence I didn't get to have for a number of reasons, child abuse, all that shit. But yeah, also the idea that like 30 is not young is crazy. It's so crazy to me. But maybe I only feel that way because I'm gonna be 28 this year. And even when I was like younger, when I was like 17, 18, 19, a lot of my friends were like 29, 30, 31, 33. And I saw them as young to me. Like, they were young people. I didn't really care. But yeah, I've seen that before. There's like a definite, like, yeah, exactly, Alex. It's like lacking empathy is like seen as funny. Like, to just like quote, retweet, dunk, make fun of somebody for like being remotely earnest in any way is, I find it to be a really unfortunate and like kind of sad trend that I've seen even amongst like queer people. And like I'm not here to be the hug fest, like super safe space. Like, oh, Jimmy Wetzel stream is a relatively PvP zone, but like we're not all like, oh my god, we gotta coddle each other like children. But I feel like there's a level of like, we've got some snark because we don't take anything too seriously, but like there's definitely like a level of like care and empathy here that I think is important. It's a balance, the perfect balance. We like to have fun. I'm gonna go for like 5 more minutes and then I'm gonna go because I'm almost at 4 hours, and I am gonna stream tomorrow. Hopefully my layout will be done, so that's exciting, and I do have some editing to do tonight, so I want to get that done. Feels like an overarching trend of just making fun of everything, especially when someone expresses an interest in something. Yeah, I'm not really loving this era of like anything earnest is cringe, really. Like there are cringy things, but like the definition has gotten a little too broad for my liking. Do love me a lol cow, though. I barely even really know what that means, and I kind of count myself thankful that I don't. We should have sent Slay Us Mama to lolcow status officially. Where have they been? Are they traveling again? Or they're just over me? Law school, damn. I thought I saw them in chat earlier. Oh. Maybe they were. Maybe I missed that message. I don't remember when the next town that I get to buy clothes at in this game is. But I feel like it's gonna be quite a while until I can. Hi, Rudy. Hi, Sodi. Hi, puppies. Hey, guys. Hi, guys. I love Gloom Pokemon. Me too. Me too. Oh yeah. Lumios is like rank locked or some shit. I don't even remember what. I think it's like you gotta beat the Pokemon League or something. You should get a Bloodhound next, a really loud one. Ruby is one. Ruby's a Beagle mix. She is one. She is loud as fuck. Alright. We'll do one more encounter, and then we're good. We're good to go. I definitely did more than 81. I feel like I was not counting much today, but that's fine. I got the encounters in, even if I wasn't counting them, so. When do you think we'll get ZA news next? I could see the end of this month. I feel like we'll get some tidbit of info once a month for the rest of the year. Because it was the Pokemon Day announcement and then that Nintendo Direct. So I could see something end of April. Probably just like a trailer drop on Twitter. I don't think they're going to do like a full Direct or anything. Okay. Well, thank you for watching, everybody. I'll see you tomorrow. Let's mourn one last time. Let's say goodbye to this beautiful Twitch layout. Goodbye layout. I could see myself using it once in a while here and there. Just for a fun little throwback. But I can't wait till you guys see the new one. It's so sick. I think you're all really going to like it. So hopefully that'll be done tomorrow. Thank you for watching, everybody. Take care of yourselves. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Thank you, Cousin Mel. Thank you, Cousin Light. Thank you so much for the 5 gifted subs. Thank you, thank you. You gotta fix your alert sounds. Did that not come through? That worked. For me, at least. That was very loud. Oh. Okay. Yeah, I'll work on that. Sorry, y'all. Didn't know it was that loud. Well, okay. Toodles, bye.